We're the Northwest Brewmeisters. No, we're not meisters. We're really amateurs. But who the heck's going to tune into Northwest Brew Amateurs? Nobody. That's who. So, my name's Jamie. This is Steve. And today, we're brewing beer. Because that's what we do. We brew beer and know things. Yeah, don't slam us for copyright infringement on that. You know, come on. It was brew beer. I changed it. At least 51% has to be changed. Oh, I dropped the recipe. Man. So, hey, just for you know, this is a Shinerbach clone that we brewed a long time ago. I don't know.
2 months ago.
Was it 2 months?
Yeah, about 2 months ago.
Are you serious?
Maybe a little less, but
A little less?
it's been a while.
We need to drink more beer. You need to drink more beer, dude. I'm doing all the heavy lifting here. All right, you need to just come over like once a night and drink half a gallon. That'll probably catch us up. Because we got like 15 gallons of beer in my house right now. In fact, later in the program, we're going to rack some beer, and that'll be cool. So anyways, Shinerbach clone. What do you think?
Tastes good.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't have that chemical taste, and it doesn't have that kind of weird aftertaste you would get. So
That we've gotten on occasion.
yeah, so I think we did pretty good on this one for.
We are pleased.
First time, you know.
Of course, then again, we're easy to please, so you know.
Right.
So the title of this broadcast says Mount Cream Ale. And got to be honest with you, we're going to be doing a few things. Number one, it is really hard to monitor chat on the screen. I haven't even looked yet. We're going to be monitoring the chat stuff on my phone. As soon as I load it up, turn the volume down so it doesn't get all crazy. But this is
It's not a movie theater.
we're
Really?
broadcasting, dude. This is the difference between millions of viewers and getting shunned.
Sorry, folks. All right.
Amazon is going to kick us off the servers.
Right.
You know this.
No.
I love you, man. You're awesome. Okay, so Mount Cream Ale kit inventory, which we already did this, but the steeping grains is 3/4 of a pound of honey malt and 1/4 pound of Crystal 10L. You know what that is?
Large.
Ow. Could be.
I don't know.
Crystal large?
Still learning, man. Still learning.
That's okay. You know, you got all the knowledge of the universe in that little device that just got all the. Never mind. All right. So those are the steeping grains, which will go in our tea bag. All right. And then for the extracts, we are extract brewers. We should come forth and say that. We are extract brewers. We haven't quite got to the all grain level of things yet. So yeah, extract brewing. Are we broadcasting? I'm pretty sure. Yep, we're broadcasting. Okay.
Yeah, so do we.
Yeah. Better fire up the phone because I have no idea. Still new to Haps, figuring Haps out, and I haven't spent enough time doing it. So, turn down the volume. Load up Haps. Go to that one.
All the experienced users like shaking their head like, oh, you should have done this beforehand.
What's this matter? Hello from Seattle.
Hey,
Oh man, my phone doesn't give names though. Unless that's us saying hello from Seattle. Maybe that's us saying hello from Seattle.
I don't know.
We'll figure it out. Don't worry, we're professionals. We know what we're doing.
We drink beer and know things.
Yes, we're a little bit light on the knowing things right now. All right, so where was I? What?
Yeah, it's gonna pop up.
Oh, something popped up. What?
On your phone.
What's that?
I don't know. It's an overlay on the video. So
It says help us moderate. Looks okay. Okay. Hello from Seattle looks okay. Yes, that was such a suspicious comment. Hello from Seattle. Wow. I don't know if we can allow those comments. That's a little too inflammatory for me, if you ask me. All right. So, all right. This screen. Something. Thanks for helping us moderate. Okay. So, getting back to where we're at. I'll try and look that. I might need my glasses after all. Just look at my stupid phone. Or maybe I should watch it on the iPad. Extracts. We are extract brewers. Those of you who know about brewing know that extract brewing is where somebody else does all the extraction of the malts for you. And then you just pour the molasses type of syrup into your kettle when you're done. So 3.3 pounds Pilsen liquid malt extract, 1 pound rice syrup solids, which just looks like powdered sugar, 1 pound dextrose, corn sugar, which also looks like powdered sugar. The hops. Hop number 1 is Liberty at 60 minutes. Hop number 2 is also Liberty at 1 minute.
Those are the flavoring hops. It's gonna be kind of,
I would say 10 minutes.
kind of hoppy.
I say 10 minutes.
Why?
Because 1 minute doesn't seem right.
That is right.
Are you sure?
It's gonna make it
Did you
hoppier.
read the rest? Holy
Those are
crap.
called the flavoring hops.
Oh, it says with 1 minute remaining. I know what a flavoring hop is. I know.
Okay.
Maybe I just found out. I've known it for at least 45 seconds now. All right. So, continuing on. All right. So that's it. So we activate the liquid yeast culture, which we did already. So that's happening. We use Y yeast. Oh yes, the yeast is #1 choice Y yeast, 2112 California lager. Does well from 58 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, which is.
You probably should have showed people as you named off those ingredients, but
Oh, that's
next
okay.
time.
We can show them as we put them in the pot.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, and then 5 ounces of priming sugar, but we don't bottle. So there we go. Still monitoring. Looks like we're doing all right. So some things have changed. If any of you come back from the last time we were on here, some things have changed. Number 1, we found our spoon, which is a great thing because this is a nice long spoon. Unfortunately, we lost our thermometer, but we found an old thermometer that we used from years ago, and I do mean like 10 years ago when we used to do this. So we're in good stead. We have a spoon, and we have water. We have a thermometer. So golden. So let's get to going. So the first steps, which actually has some action here, is we start with 3 gallons of water, which Steve is now doing, adding 3 gallons of water to the kettle. And then we steep the bags of grains between 150 and 160 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 minutes. Once it reaches 150 to 160. Now, I need to pop over here and get, oh, it's over here. Aren't you glad I got you your own table? You keep doing that. Oh.
we have floaters.
What?
Some kind of floater in there.
It'll be okay. Extra flavor. It'll be our own unique brew. Sadly, we'll never be able to replicate it because we don't know what that is.
I think it's just
Dust.
a little bit of residue from the last brew.
Okay.
It's fine. It's not going to hurt it.
I'm confident that you are correct.
I know I'm correct.
You know you're correct?
Good. I drink beer and no thing.
Oh, there you go. Oh! Leaping brew kit. No!
Yeah, we'll just...
All right. So we start. We can just go ahead and put that in.
Really?
You are not winning over there.
No, I'm not. Right, this is
All right,
just like
grab me the aim and flame. Aim and flame. Aim und flame. Makes it so much easier to turn this on.
not a whole lot of grains in this one.
No, well,
Seems like a lighter, like a lighter concoction of grain.
yes.
But whatever. It's supposed to
Absolutely.
be a lighter colored beer. It's going to be kind of like a lager, but an ale though. I know it doesn't make much sense, but it's just light for an ale,
But later on, we'll read about cream ales.
right? Just buzzes into it, whatever.
Be all right.
It'll be fine.
It'll all filter out when we rack in 2 weeks or so. All right. So there we go. Here. Here. Cheers. By the way, this is pretty low octane beer. We once tried brewing with high octane beers for our drinking beers. Major mistake.
There's still one in there. That IPA is a high octane.
No,
It's like an 8.2 if we
I
did it
know,
right.
we don't want to drink it though. I mean, we want to drink it,
Why did we make it then?
but we don't want to drink it while we're brewing beer.
No, not
You remember
that.
when your wife had to read the recipe?
Yeah, I remember that.
That was a disaster. That was horrible. That was $50 flushed on. Well, actually, it's dumped right over there in the yard.
But it was fun.
It was a great night. But man, that beer was horrible. We didn't even try.
You know, Jimmy, I will give you kudos on the carbonation.
Oh,
this one came out very well, man. Good job.
Thanks, man. Well, you know, it was either Ben or Trevor. You know, so I figured two things out. Number one, he says put the high charge on it, and then bring it down to your serving charge, whatever that's a good method. Number two, you got to wait. I know, because I drank a lot of flat beer over the last few months because I wasn't waiting. And number three,
one of those virtue things.
Yes.
Just saying.
And number three, the other thing that I did was I put the beer in the fridge and carbonated it cold the whole time.
Oh, I got it.
I did one where I didn't have enough room in the fridge, and so I carbonated it warm. I put the hard charge, the heavy charge on it, and then just sat it off. And I ended up still having to just do everything all over again.
For those who don't know, when you carbonate your beer, ideally you should chill it's called wort. You should chill the wort and then start applying the CO2, because with the cold wort the CO2 will infuse better and you get a better even carbonation. All right, I'm going to give us a basic reference temperature here.
All right.
Starting point. So we're at 75 and climbing. I can't make his mind up and down. Fluctuating a little bit. That's not good. I just think the water's still not quite.
Okay. As long as it's not because the
right. Make sure this thing isn't good. I think this thing is fine. Yeah, it's stabilizing. It's stabilizing now. 75 and climbing slowly. Target temperature is about 155 Fahrenheit. And then we'll start our actual timer for the steeping.
You upvoted. Oh, it says upvoted. I upvoted this stream. Hello from Seattle. That was
cool.
Oh, wait.
Well, thanks, Seattle. It's not giving a name, is it?
Oh man, we just commented on our own broadcast.
Really? Because I remember last time we had a person by the name Brett watching us from Seattle. I was just curious, it might be the same guy.
Maybe. We have like a crazy amount of subscribers for having not done very many of these broadcasts. It's kind of interesting. You should put it on your phone so you can look. All right. So, anyways, we are now on our way. We're heating up the water, and we'll get that going. So let's talk about cream ales.
Cream ales. We have a serious delay too.
Well, yeah, that's just the way. Don't try. Yeah, there's always lag. You know, one thing people don't understand is that even in digital stuff, come on, even in the digital realm, it takes. My iPad refuses to flop around.
See, look, I'm still looking at the phone at that point.
Yes, don't you gotta. There's always lag. Well, what I was gonna say is what a lot of people don't get is that it still takes electrons time to move.
Oh, sure.
You know, I mean, they're really fast, but it still takes them time.
Well, another thing you're dealing with is encoding and decoding of the signal, the stream as well, because it has to be compressed and decompressed.
By the way,
sorry, going all technical on you.
In his other life, Steve's a software engineer. He uses words like functionality. It's one of his favorite words. We have a lot of fun with that, actually.
Speaking of our little joke with the equal sign, the assignment operator, I have something pretty funny to show you later that you're really going to get a kick out of it.
Apparently, I've been reading the Bible.
91.
And Solomon begat Rehoboam, and Rehoboam begat Abiah, and Abiah begat Asa. And Asa begat Jehoshaphat. This could take a while. What are you doing? Reading the Bible. Okay, I'll stop. Apparently, that was just what was up on my browser when I opened it up. So what I'm really doing is cream ale. I'm going to look up cream ale. I I just don't want to look at it on my phone. That's itty bitty. It's
Yeah.
too small. So I will just go to Wikipedia. Start there. And we'll make it bigger because I can't see it. All right. Cream ale is a style of American beer which is light in color and well attenuated. Oh, by the way, I learned what well attenuated is just the other day. Apparently, well attenuated means that the yeasts have consumed a large amount of the sugars.
I'm getting the timer set up, by the way.
It's good idea. Did we hit 150?
No.
Do we need to turn
Just
this
getting things
down?
ready.
Oh. So the yeast will consume most of the sugar, and that's a well attenuated beer. Whereas a not well attenuated beer, I assume the yeast just didn't eat the sugar. Maybe it was like yeast that was watching its weight.
Right.
Weight Watchers yeast, Weight Watchers beer.
May I have the recipe sheet, please?
Yes, you can.
Thank you.
There we go. So, anyways, American beer, well attenuated. Although I did, something we should talk about in one of these broadcasts is non-fermentable sugars.
Oh, right. Like the dextrose, right?
I think the dextrose is fermentable, but like your crystals
Oh.
and some of those, I guess they put non-fermentable sugars into your thing. And those are like for your dark beers.
Right.
I love dark beers, Steve.
We're still learning the chemistry of this. But it's fun.
It's not science, but it is.
But it is science.
All right, so what do we got here? First crafted in the mid 1800s at various breweries in the United States, cream ale remained a very localized form with different styles until the early 20th century. During Prohibition, a great number of Canadian brewers took up brewing cream ale, refining it to some degree. Following the end of Prohibition, cream ale from Canada became popular in the United States, and the style was produced anew in both nations. Styles related to a pale lager, brewed light, refreshing with a straw to pale golden color, like we were looking at that picture the other day.
Right.
It does. It looks almost like your Budweisers or your
Coors, yeah. It's just very golden.
That Kolsch we brewed wasn't exactly dark.
No, it was pretty light.
Yeah. I mean, it might not have been because we don't filter our beer. How does one filter beer?
I don't know.
Do you use like an oil filter? What are you doing? Don't touch it.
I'm gonna show them the thing here.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
I'm just gonna hold it over.
I know. I don't. It's just
Okay,
go ahead.
never
See
mind.
if you can get it. Nope. Do it. Do it. I mean, we are uber professionals here, so you might as well do it. All right. Here we go. The trick is getting it back into position.
No, I got you. I'll keep it kind of high. You want to tell them what they're looking at?
Yeah. So there we go. There's the start. There's the tea bag. You're not aiming.
Oops, sorry.
You need to aim the camera, not the beer. And there's the bushes because that's. It's kind of hard to monitor. A little more. Down, 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 down. There we go. All right. So there we go. There's our initial steep, and we're still working on that. As you can see, not really dark, and just hold the camera.
Not a whole lot of grains.
Not a ton of grains in this one. And so, yeah, it's going to be gold, kind of a golden color. Brewing around here is tricky because, wow, I am impressed.
Trust in your brother.
I just don't trust in physics.
I know. Physics suck.
It's like the chances of getting it back to where it goes. All right, what we need to do later on is get another one of those cheap little webcams because you can switch cameras.
Oh yeah, if you put like a tripod with it.
We'll use some OBS trickery and stuff, and then it'll just go, and then we'll go back to the other one.
For anybody tuning in from our last broadcast, well, remember we talked about building a brew studio, which I think is a great idea. With proper lighting and camera arrangements, I think it'd be a neat experience for not only us but for the viewers, and
it'll go great with the bank heist that will be required to finance the brew studio.
I know, right?
I'm down with that.
We can broadcast the building of the brew studio.
Yes.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Oh, shut up. Shut up. All right. Yeah. All right. So here's let's see. Okay, cream ale related to pale lager. That's where I was. Like the strong hop and malt flavor is usually subdued, but like all beer styles, open to individual interpretation, which is absolutely true. Which is why you can have so many stupid IPAs on the shelves. Can't believe the amount of IPAs that are on the shelves.
So we're getting close.
So it's back up is down, and then tightening it down. It's like a regulator.
Yeah.
Because
I'm just gonna bring it down a little bit so that it regulates.
it is a regulator.
No, the temperature kind of regulates.
I know. I was just like, it's like a regulator.
It's going up rapidly.
It is a regulator.
It is a regulator. That's a regulator. We're like we're 120. So.
All right.
Getting close.
And climbing. All right, 125. We're doing all right. Where were we? So some breweries getting the more assertive character. Despite the name, cream ales do not typically contain any dairy products.
Yeah, I put cream in my beer every morning, you know?
Well, no, they use the lactose or the lactic acid. Isn't that how they get those creamy flavored beers?
I really don't know.
The ones that kind of have a creamy flavor, so they're creamy flavored? Thus making them creamy flavored beers.
I really don't know.
Okay, so while cream ales are top fermented ales, they typically undergo an extended period of cold conditioning or lagering after primary fermentation is complete. This reduces fruity esters and gives the beer a cleaner flavor. Some examples also have a lager yeast added for the cold conditioning stage or are mixtures of ales and lagers. Adjuncts such as corn and rice are used to lighten the body and flavor, which we have both of those.
That is right. Here's rice syrup solid. Nice bag of stuff.
Although all malt examples are available from many craft
And then here's
brewers.
the corn sugar dextrose, just a bag of white powder. Wow, that didn't sound very good, did it? 1 pound is what this is.
It's not as bad as some of the Freudian slips that happen.
I know, right?
So where are we at? We're at 125 a minute ago.
Yeah, it's over 130 now, 135.
Let's do some other stuff. What is cream ale, and is there cream ale in it? Ooh, bonappetit.com. Let's go here. This is even more fun because it uses foul language. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Isn't that cool? What is cream ale, and is there cream in it? Let's see.
Well, I think we already established that.
Right. Cream ale is a living lie.
Okay. That's quite an assertion. Let's see what they can back that up.
This became clear shortly after I took my first sip of Genesee cream ale. By the way, we are reading an article by Alex Delaney from March of 2017 on Bon Appetit. That's where we're getting this one from. This became clear shortly after I took my first sip of Genesee cream ale. Which, let's open that. Can I open that in a new tab? No. Oops. Hold on. We'll look that up in a minute. Open in background. All right. There was, as far as I could tell, no creaminess in the beer whatsoever. I felt cheated, confused, and slightly worried.
This sounds like a parody or something. Would someone really be that like gullible they would have cream in it just because the name says cream ale? I mean, maybe they would be. I don't know.
I have wondered about cream ales in the past and then thought that they used the lactose trick to make it kind of milky. And apparently this stuff doesn't. So yeah, people can be that gullible. Thanks. I'm not insulted at all. Not even slightly.
I know you're not.
So he hesitated, and then he drank 5 more. Good on him. Oops. Damn it. No, what are you doing? Stop. Bad. No thanks. All right. Turned out that cream ale was actually everything I wanted. A light, inoffensive beer that I could drink repeatedly. Reminiscent of another nameless beer I was used to slugging, but it wasn't so watery. Had better flavor and more of it. But what the hell was it? And why was it called cream ale? Which is my question, to be honest. Cream ale, the bastard son of German lagers and English ales, was actually born in America. Unlike most styles of beer. See, this is American. This is American beer. All right. American ale brewers started losing business to German-inspired lager breweries, so, as any innovative business will do, they figured out a way to adapt. They invented an ale that drank like a lager, which later became cream ale. Historically, ales were heavier beers than lagers, but ale breweries learned to lighten their beer by adding ingredients like rice, wheat, sugar, or corn in place of barley. I still consider corn the best choice, explains Jeff Aylworthy, author of The Beer Bible. Ooh, we should get that. This is an American style, and a touch of corn gives it that signature of place. Fermentation of this new process took about 2/3 the time lager fermentation did, and it produced a beer of equal crispness and refreshment. That meant more beer more quickly, which meant more money. So that makes sense. I was reading that about the Kolsch. The Kolsch is similar to that, except the Kolsch is much older, and of course it's German.
It's German, yeah.
But when I was are we? But when I was reading about the Kolsch, what it said was that bottom brewed lagers were becoming popular, and of course it wasn't even Germany at the time. Was it the Habsburg or the Weimar Empire? It was one of those. Anyways, it was where Germany is, but it was one of the empires. And I remember that it said that that's where the German purity laws, which we both agree are just a form of government oppression. The German purity laws kicked in, and they came up with the Kolsch as kind of a way for the German breweries to still be able to sell beer that was popular because the flavors were popular, and the Kolsch was born. And we'd have to read more about Kolsch. And when we do a Kolsch next time, we'll probably do the similar thing, although we might be more prepared. All right, so these were designed to be appealing mass market beers. In the 19th century, they would have used different malts and an old kind of harsh hop called cluster, but they were still shooting for something like what we know cream ales to be today: light, refreshing, and drinkable. Still, though, no cream.
No cream.
Oh, good point.
All right, we're at 151. I'm going to go ahead and hit the timer.
All right. There's no evidence as to which. Do you want to turn this down a little? Because it's still climbing, right?
No, I mean very slowly it was climbing.
Well, that's okay.
So I don't mind that. I'm going to keep monitoring it.
There's no evidence as to which brewery coined the term or in which city it officially originated. Information on cream ales is pretty hard to come by, as if someone didn't want us to know what's really going on, and thus starts the cream ale conspiracy theory. Ooh. Ooh, it's a conspiracy beer, Steve.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Get my tinfoil hat out.
Yes, absolutely. Well, you like conspiracy theories.
Well, entertainment value, not because I buy into them.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Okay. All right. Still no cream. Well, you're all about the Fed.
Audit the Fed.
Audit the Fed. Audit the Fed. You heard it here. All right. But we're not political at all. It's so hard not to be political. Oh, my goodness. Not being political. All right. Information is kind of conspiracy. What we can assume, says Allworth, the author of the Beer Bible, is the marketing reason they went with cream, which is not unlike the history of cream soda. The word cream suggests something rich or silky, but it was just marketing gloss.
So it's psychology.
Aha! They were also called, and I've never found an explanation for this, present use ale.
Wow, that's too many words just to describe ale.
Yes, as opposed to
ale.
Old use ale and future use ale. Let's have a
Past
future use ale. We can't. Why? It's for future use.
Past participle ale?
It's always good.
Terrible English humor, I get it.
That is horrible. I don't know. Maybe I have friends in England. I don't know if that qualifies as English humor.
English as in language.
I get it. Oh, terrible. No, okay, I see. So not Monty Python.
No.
All right. So these days, craft brewers are adopting the style in modern ways. We got Denver Station 26 and Columbus, Ohio's Wolf's Ridge are brewing tributes. Crisp, easy drinking versions similar to Genesee's iconic cream ale. On the opposite side of the spectrum, you got Carton Brewing Company moving away from the traditional recipe and redefining what a cream ale can be. Of course, you move too far, then it's not a cream ale anymore. It's like, that's great. That is a brown ale.
It's a cream ale.
It's a what?
No, it just becomes an ale.
Yeah, it's just an ale.
Where you go, It's just a very light ale.
My dad liked most of the regional cream ales when I was a kid, says Augie Carton, owner of Carton Brewing. Steal a Ballantine Triple X or a Genesee cream from the fridge just as much as anything else. So his cream ale is cold fermented pale, meaning it's fermented at a lower temperature the way lagers are, whereas ales are fermented at room temperature. It's the simplest of pales, so it's an easy jump in many directions from here. You know what we need to do, man, after we get the studio built, is we need to get a what am I thinking? We need to get a oh, gotta move that. We need to get ourselves an old refrigerator, like a beer fridge, you know, like a little one, and then use that, like that dual ink down there, or the ink whatever. I'd have to go with that temperature controller, because it has a heater and a cooling thing, right? So it's a dual temperature controller. And what I heard is people will use dehydrators. I read this. So like if it gets too cold when you're trying to monitor the temperature of your fermentation,
right,
they'll use a dehydrator, because dehydrator isn't like a heater, like a room heater, which would put way too much heat in one general area. Because if you put it in a small box there, you're going to be blowing hot air on one portion of your keg, and I don't know what that would do.
Yeah,
probably kill all the yeast right there. But a dehydrator will just blow like warm air, because dehydrators get max 175 degrees. I don't think they even get that hot. All they do is dry, and so you can get the temperature up to 60 instead of 90 or whatever.
Right.
Anyways, something's cool, and you don't have to worry about burning your house down.
That's a good thing.
That's always a bonus, and you could do it in a refrigerator. And then the refrigerator portion, of course, would do the refrigerator thing. How are we doing?
We are maintaining. It was a little on the high side, so I got the heat down to like damn near nothing. See, we're actually a little bit over 160, but it's fine.
1 or 2.
It's fine. It'll regulate itself.
Genesee Brewing Company. Good times for all times. Oh wait, if you're 21 years or older, are you? Yes, I am. Look at that. Genesee Cream Ale, introduced in 1960. Goal was simple. Brew a beer that's smooth like a lager and crisp like an ale. That's how Genesee created a true American original in cream ale. This award-winning beer has been the style standard since it was first brewed in 1960. It remains just as smooth and flavorful as it's always been.
All right. We have
Wait a minute.
24 minutes remaining on this, Steve. So.
The Genesee Cream Ale was introduced in 1960. But the Genesee Brewery didn't start until 1967. Not sure how that works.
Yeah.
Well, they got lots of beers. Original Cream Ale, Dry Hopped Cream Ale, Springbok, Ruby Red Kolsch, Oktoberfest, 12 Horse Ale, Schwarzbier, which in German is black beer, but in American sounds like fart beer.
I turned the heat off.
Yeah, I saw it.
Too hot, man.
Honey Brown, Genesee Beer, Genesee Light, Genesee Black, Genesee not applicable, Genesee NA not applicable, and Genesee Ice.
Probably.
Oh, they make beers like that still?
Yeah. O'Doul's, near beer.
You know, if they made one that tasted good, I wouldn't mind. But none of them seem to taste very good. So that's one thing. Beer Advocate. Cream Ale by the Beer Advocate. Oops, there we go. Cream ale spawned from the American light lager style are brewed as an ale, though are sometimes finished with a lager yeast or with lager beer mixed into the final product. Adjuncts such as corn and rice frequently used to lighten the body. Not uncommon. Okay, that's a direct quote from a different place. So this is low degree of hop bittering, yet some hop aroma. More recently, number of breweries have put a stamp on the style by giving it more of a hoppy character, nudging it toward imperial, which of course we like everything imperial.
Imperial is good.
Yes, we like imperial IPAs and imperial stouts and imperial just Pretty much imperial. We like the imperial measuring system. Wow. The ABV on this is crazy. It can be from 4 to 8.5%.
That's pretty. 8.5 that's some high octane beer, man.
Yep. The IBU is 10 to 22.
So high, man.
What? Is it hot?
Yeah, 162.
Oh, well, it's not the end of the world hot. You turn the flame off, right?
Yeah, it's been off.
All right,
cooled off a little bit.
It'll come down as long as we stay relatively within the range.
Yeah, it just might make it a little darker than it should be. That's all. But like we care, you know what I mean? We're making it for us to drink, and we're not distributing or anything. So if it's a little darker, whatevs.
Irish coffee is a continuation of the regular coffee game.
Now it's coming down.
Our Golden Imperial Coffee Cream Ale has been finished on Irish wood and peppermint, much like. Okay, I'm just not sure. Apparently, I'm lagging.
Because you're reading a lot. So you're not drinking your beer?
I am not.
Especially when I get an IV in that. You know, you can read all you want with an IV. So.
That just sounds so wrong.
I know, right?
Painful. Maybe you can inject bleach. It'll save you.
It'll save your life. It'll kill everything. And you.
It will, indeed. So cool. All right, there you go.
20 minutes.
So I don't know.
So for anybody new to this process, patience, and it tends to get boring sometimes, but you know, in the end, it's worth it though when you get to drink your own work. See how we're doing. Might have to put the flame back on.
Yeah.
No, we're below 160 now. We're good. 159. I'm dropping. So.
Morebeer.com, Cream Ale, and American Classic. Morebeer.com. Is it a lager? Is it an ale? Its pedigree may not be pure, but cream ale has satisfied American drinkers for nearly a century. Not many beer connoisseurs would care to admit it, but tucked away in many a beer basement or refrigerator behind the pale ales and the latest Belgian is a bottle or two of cream ale. Stop it. When confronted with the evidence, these enthusiasts will staunchly defend cream ale as a beer that is easy to drink and just plain tastes good. And really, why else? What more can you ask from a beer? Easy to drink and tastes good.
That should apply to all beers. You know?
Yes, every beer. It's not like, well, we got to drink the old double bastard. Boy, it's hard to drink. It doesn't taste good either. But we got to do it. It's like, why? Why would you do this? This is just like all beers should be easy to drink and taste good. Whether classified as an ale, lager, or hybrid, cream ale has flourished as a style since the late 19th century. It is alive and well at several regional breweries in New York, Pennsylvania, and Ohio. Seeking to tempt customers with a familiar taste, some brew pubs and micros are also beginning to produce cream ale, delighting many beer fanciers who fondly remember cream ale as the beer of their youth. The upsurge of interest is a fitting tribute to a style that, like steam beer, is distinctly American. Ooh, steam beer. We need to look into steam beer, too.
Steam beer?
That's what it says, steam beer, as in water that has been heated to the point where it's a gas or a vapor. Steam. Or like that gaming platform that you like to use.
Yes.
Yes, that gaming platform.
I'm just thinking, like, if something's heated to where it, like, steams and then it recondenses, isn't that, like, distilling or whatever? We're making, like, whiskey or something if we do it that way.
I don't know, but haven't you ever heard of steam beer?
No, I have not, actually. That is
really
honest truth. I've not heard of steam beer.
Yeah, steam beer exists.
Okay. Now I'm just getting these steps kind of memorized, which is pretty much the same thing we do every time. So I don't know why it wants us to cover it, though. If you cover it, it's not going to cool faster. The instructions always say to cover it. When we
really?
Do cooling, yeah. But if we cover it, it's going to retain the heat longer. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird.
Yeah, no, you're right. It will. I don't quite get that either.
Maybe they're assuming you're going to have like ice cold water flowing across the outside of the pot or something. I don't know. Kind of like what we used to do.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was thinking that's why I got the hose out, because we're going to use that tub, and we're going to put
And the ice cold water.
Yeah, and we're just going to run the hose instead of bringing it inside and all that. Because then we can just do the whole process right here.
The flame maker.
The flame maker? Flame maker. Here's the flame maker. I need to check something real quick.
Really?
There you go.
All right. Nice low flame to maintain our ideal temperature at the moment. We have just over 16 minutes remaining. And we're at 156 and holding.
Sweet.
All right, we're about ready for refills? No. Someone's lagging.
Wait.
Did you get anything on there from...
What's that? No, nobody's watching so far, man. But hey, it is what it is. Although it was weird last time, there was a whole bunch of people. Although it is on Facebook. Like, it's broadcasting on Facebook right now.
Right. Wondering.
Oops.
Yep.
There's another one. Hello from Seattle, because we just joined again.
We rejoin ourselves.
Yes. Kind of narcissistic in that way, joining ourselves. All right.
That's funny, man.
That looks good. 158.
Yeah. Good to see us going back up, though, because I mean, I eat on it again, but I don't want to climb too much.
Yeah, you don't want to get it too hot.
All right, we'll get right there. Right there. All right, I'll get us refills.
All right,
You
go.
You broadcast.
I'll sit here. You need my glass.
I know. I was coming around because I don't want to walk.
Yes, please don't do that. Oh, that would be bad. We need to work a little bit on our outdoor studio. We have black, hard to see, thin cables running between.
I need to put lights on soon.
What's that? Well, the lights out here, but out here it's fine though.
Oh, okay.
It's just inside my house, which is a freaking cave.
Gotcha.
So while we're waiting for him to come back, with that. We should go ahead and what should we do? Just screw around on Twitter, right? And is it working? Is it working? Yep, it's working just fine. Sweet. So let's look up some more articles on cream ales. Oh, I lost everything. Everything got blinked out. Moving down. All right. How to brew cream ale beer. So we have our own recipe going on right now. What's that? Oh, hey. Is that Daniel Roberts? Or is that Dan? Are you there? I can't quite. So, for those of you HAPS people who are out there, I cannot quite figure out how many people are actually watching and how many people have watched. Because right now I'm getting a 5 on my little eyeball down there, but I don't know who is actually in the room.
All right,
So,
Matt.
hello to you, Dan. Thanks for popping by, man. I don't know. Can you share this? Is this shareable? Yo.
We officially floated the keg.
Yes!
So,
that means there's more room.
There was about this much head in mine, so I'm going to let this even out, and then I'll pour some yours and finish this off.
Cool.
I'll be ready for bottles or cans, whatever's next.
Nice. All right. Let's go ahead and post that. There. Now I've said hello from Seattle again. We are so narcissistic.
Is this your friend Dan over in England?
No, Brazil.
Oh, Brazil, that's right.
But he is English. Dan is English.
That's right.
But he's in Brazil.
The piano player.
Yes, incredible piano player. All right. So, hey, the homebrew challenge.
All right, this is going to be about as good as it's going to get.
Cream ale, as well as California Common and American Pilsner, can claim to have indigenous American roots. All three styles began in the 1800s. Just as the English were accustomed to darker beers, Americans did not shy away from beer styles such as porter, stouts, and milds. As an influx of German migrants came to America in the 1830s, escaping military service and seeking money, the wave of beer influence showed its head in America. Just as the Germans were transitioning to lighter-colored beers and moving away from the darker styles, Americans were looking for a crisp thirst quencher to satisfy after a long day of working. As the Germans fled to America, so did their vast brewing knowledge. By the 1870s, the lagers that the Germans began crafting were outselling the ales. The ale brewers had to compete somehow. Oh man, these people need a proofreader. This is horrible. All right, Homebrew Academy, hire a proofreader. All right, cool. So there's Dan. Hello from Wiste Força, Brazil. Brazil. How is Brazil, Dan? Tell us how Brazil is.
Is it hot?
What's that?
Is it hot?
Yes, it is. It's summertime in Brazil. How hot is it? I can't even tell if he's still watching. There's got to be a way to figure out who's watching and who's not watching.
I figure if we get an answer, we'll know.
Because we've got like 10 viewers now, but there's no way to say these people are actually active. So we got to figure out. All right. So anyhow, oh, look at that. The Aftermath was a Kolsch-like beer, huh? Just like I was saying,
right?
Huh? See, I are smart. Light, crisp ale with low fruitiness. To assist the brewer's pockets, these cream ales were produced much quicker than any lager. The American drinker responded well to the new style, found a cozy place until the Prohibition.
Right.
Post-Prohibition saw the American palate shift towards lagers. Cream ales never really took off after Prohibition. Most commercial versions are now closer to ales and less like the pre-Prohibition cream ale style. It's a bridge beer when trying to introduce non-craft beer drinkers into the wonderful world of craft beer. Appearance: straw yellow to medium gold in color. Head will be low to moderate with, oops, lost my place. With medium retention, very clear with high carbonation. So this is a fizzy beer.
Fizzy yellow beer.
Fizzy yellow beer.
Just like most American beers.
Well, it's American beer. It's like the true American beer.
Well,
most of our macro brews are actually German beers brewed in America, marketed to Americans.
Right, I get it. No, I'm just talking smack
Sneaky Germans.
about Budweisers and Miller
I
Lights
know.
and stuff. The fizzy yellow beers.
Training beers.
Training beers.
Aroma is rather subtle, balanced between the hops and the malt. Malt aroma of sweet corn-like quality ranges from low to slightly moderate. Hop aroma can be floral, herbal, or spicy, like that Mexican salsa beer that we drank the other night. Oh, that was last night, wasn't it? Was that last night or the night before? Friday? Saturday. What was yesterday?
That wasn't with me. That was with somebody else. I didn't drink a salsa beer with you.
Those beers are right there, and you're like, man, this is spicy. And it was. It was like spicy, like salsa spicy.
Oh, to me, it was like we were drinking a liquefied Christmas tree. That's what I meant by spicy.
Yeah,
it didn't taste like picante spicy to me. It tasted like really hoppy spicy, you know.
Anyways,
That's where I got confused. I'm like, Mexican beers? Are you drinking Mexican beers?
you take me too literally. It was a bad metaphor. Moving on. So may have slight fruity esters. Body is medium, but usually light, crisp quality with high carbonation, smooth, and usually has high attenuation, which creates thirst-quenching qualities. Nice. Taste. Well attenuated with a low to medium malty sweetness. Hop bitterness is low to moderately low. Light diacetyl may be noticeable along with slight corny flavor. I got to tell you, when I taste that diacetyl, I just don't know what to do. I have no idea what diacetyl tastes like. Light diacetyl. Low fruity esters are also possible. Beer finish is dry to slightly sweet. Hop flavor is low to medium and usually spicy, floral, or herbal.
All right.
I wonder how you get. I mean, is that just the hops that you use that determine whether it's spicy or floral? What does?
I think so.
So this summer we're going to have to eat some flowers apparently, so that we know what floral tastes like.
Some of those IPAs we've had a floral taste. Some of the ones we bought from the works.
Yeah, how would you define floral? What would you call floral?
Did you feel like you were drinking perfume?
Ooh.
Yeah, like certain wines have this floral flavor.
Is that why they do the whole bouquet thing? They call it the bouquet.
Yeah. It's like, did I just take a sip of perfume? That's the only thing I can think of. Some of those floral.
Well,
like the Elysian Mortal IPA has a floral flavor to it to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what we really need to do is just like with the other beers, like when we start making our own recipes and like going around, we're gonna have to make 2 batches all at the same time. How are we doing, by the way? How's the timer?
We're at just about to hit 5 minutes remaining. Temp-wise, we're good. We're maintaining their range. High end, but whatever. It's fine.
So it says 150 to 160, so we're doing all right.
Yeah, we're below 160 now. I don't think we need fire again until we're ready to start bringing it up for the boil.
Yeah. So, anyways, what was I saying?
Well, we were discussing difference between floral beer and spicy beer. Yeah.
Basically, what we got to do is go buy a beer, and it says that is like definitely this is floral.
Right.
This has a floral notes or whatever, and drink it. Because sometimes, man, be careful. Your table just wobbled hardcore and almost threw your beer. Oh, speaking of beer, I should probably drink mine.
It's not on even ground, that's why. Need to find something I can stick under that leg.
Probably a little rock or something around here. Or a chunk of bark.
Some bark might work. Quite, but more bark. All spills, use more bark. Yeah, I'm going to put this down here for now. I really hate to waste the final pour out of a keg of beer that we made.
Right?
That would just be insufferable.
More bark. Just make sure the microphone works. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, what are you doing?
Because we like feedback and all that fun stuff.
Feels like the temperature's dropping.
What's that?
Out here tonight, like right now.
It is. Well, the sun went down, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still bright enough. You can see on the screen right there
Right.
that the lighting is fine. Outdoor lighting is great for cameras. Cameras love sunlight. Unless you like do the backlight.
Sun shining earlier, but then it got all haze gray again.
Ooh, look at this. Okay, so hot flavor is low to medium, usually spicy, floral, herbal. Food pairings.
Excuse me.
That's something I want to get into because I like food too. Food and beer.
Yeah.
And so it goes well with salads. Oh, okay. Salads.
Who drinks a beer and eats a salad?
I don't know.
Who does that?
Like a Caesar salad and a cream ale, please.
I know, right?
It's like, okay. Light shellfish. Okay.
I thought I was going to say like nachos or something,
So now there's another. What is a light shellfish?
Light shellfish.
Is it like shrimp? A shrimp? Would that be light shellfish?
Maybe little ones?
Lobster would be a heavy shellfish. I mean, I think when they're saying light, I think they mean like not so much the weight of the animal when you kill it.
No, maybe the amount of shellfish included in something, like a spread or a dip, maybe, or like a ceviche. Ceviche, is it right? Ceviche or something? I don't know.
We'll go with your pronunciation.
How's it supposed to be pronounced?
I don't know. I can't even spell it in my mind. I don't know what you're talking about. Ceviche? That's right. Power of the internet in my hands, and we're doing this. Okay.
We're debating it.
New tab.
I know it's like a seafood-based kind of like dip,
I think it's spelled. It's with a C. It's with a C.
It is with a C.
Yeah. All right. Ceviche, also ceviche with a B. Ceviche, Seviche, or ceviche, SEB. So it has lots.
Our
of
viewers are
spellings.
probably shaking their heads like, "Oh my god, these guys!" hey, you're supposed to drink here and no thanks. What are you looking it up for?
You ever watch Joe Rogan?
Yeah, I know.
Come on, that guy's all over the place.
Actually, I've never watched one of his podcasts.
You've never watched Joe Rogan?
I've heard they're funny though.
I've never watched Joe Rogan either.
Last time I watched Joe Rogan was when he was stoned out of his gourd doing that Fear Factor show.
Well, he's freaking huge though. I mean, not like fat, but like he's huge. He's like he can tell Spotify what to do. Huge. I think that was it.
I don't know.
He got in trouble because he just wasn't. He didn't kowtow or something.
Oh.
It was some political thing, and he's like, "Nope, I'm not." I'm Joe Rogan, and I'm gonna be Joe Rogan. And they were like, "We don't like it." He's like, "Well, you can just take a hike."
Well, that's fine. I've heard this podcast is funny though. So
we should probably watch it so that we actually know what we're talking about when we talk about Joe Rogan.
Come kick our ass.
He might. Like, how dare you make fun of me when you don't even watch my show? You suck. All right. It says, because the dish is eaten raw and not cooked with heat, it must be prepared fresh and consumed immediately to minimize the risk of food poisoning. South American seafood dish from Peru. Fresh raw fish cured in fresh citrus juices, most commonly lemon or lime. Spicy with...
It's like pico de gallo, but with shrimp.
Yeah. Oh, with ají. Spiced with ají, chili peppers, or other seasonings, including onion, salt, and coriander.
Ready?
It's usually an appetizer, ready to... Oh, add
put him up in, yeah.
Okay, it's time. Did he just say it's time? We didn't have a lot of fun in the desert. Okay.
So, please. Drain the grains. And then we'll start. We'll just do the dry malts first, and then we'll go ahead and get the syrup in.
Now the flame is off, right?
Yeah, flame's off.
Okay. Yeah, and you can just set that right over there. We'll give it to the chickens, or we'll get one of the boys to give it to the chickens in a minute. Chickens.
Gravity do its job here.
Tommy, what you doing, kiddo?
Get wood.
Oh yeah, keeping the house warm.
Hey, Jill, but the door moves the people.
Yeah, so the recipe says dump all the extracts.
Brown?
Not like that one recipe that was confusing.
That was a confusing recipe, and we haven't run into that since then.
Yeah, maybe he caught his cut and paste mistake,
Yeah. Knife, or you think you can untie that?
We'll find out. If I can take the weight off it, I can untie it. For the most part.
And then?
No, and then.
Okay. And now we wait for Steve to untie. We just need the spoon. That's the
Success?
problem. Yeah, just put it right there. That'll be fine. Splat. Okay, ready? Sit down. I can't see your face. And it's a very nice face, so. You know what the nice thing about sugars are?
What's that?
Sugars, unlike flours, dissolve completely.
Oh, okay.
So like dumping it, like if you'd have dumped flour like that, you'd have got dumplings.
Right.
Even if you're just trying to thicken your sauce, it would have clumped together and that would have been it. Just little dumpling things.
Yeah, because he's dissolved, so it really...
But sugars dissolve completely, so they just go away.
Here's the other one. We'll need a kniff to...
I got it.
Corner, or does he want to rip it?
I got a knife somewhere. Isn't it? All right. I think this is going to be pretty good. I don't think it's going to be quite as, well, just from what I've been reading and from looking at what we're putting into this, it's going to be a cream ale. You know?
I suspect it's going to be the color of Miller Lite, but it tastes more like a light, even kind of spicy in a sense, because those flavored hops are going in at 1 minute remaining. It's going to have the strongest, hop aroma at that point. You know what I mean?
With the exception of
like hops, it's going to taste like hops.
Like that IPA with the dry hops that we did.
Oh gosh, yeah, that's going to be Christmas tree.
Hey, do you work tomorrow?
I do not.
You don't work tomorrow. You want to build a collar?
A collar?
Yeah, for the kegerator downstairs.
How long do you think it's going to take? Because I do have things I got to do. I got to change my oil on my truck. So.
Hey, Dad.
Yo,
Mom's gonna order some pizza.
sweet.
Would you like some pizza, Steve?
I would love some pizza, bud.
Sweet.
Most professional broadcast this side of the Mississippi River.
All right,
Let
me get the other thing. You want me to grab a ladle or just we'll spoon it?
Oh, you know what? Here, you stay here and entertain the people that aren't watching.
I don't know what to say. You're better at that.
Get a pink spatula. Tell Timo to get you the pink spatula.
You need a scraper?
Yeah. Yes. And a ladle. Fortunately, nobody's watching right now, so I can just sit here and drink my beer.
Look at this mess. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this mess. Look at this mess.
So we threw the rice syrup solids in there. We threw the corn sugar in there. The next thing we're going to throw in there is the actual molassesy stuff as soon as Steve gets back. Yeah, that, I was thinking, I just remembered, you want a ladle. You're going to want a ladle. Something better than this spoon. This spoon won't do too well. You know what drawer they're in?
I do.
Okay.
You made me find them last time. Now I know.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good way to learn, by being forced to do stuff. I don't know if you want to look, but here is our liquid extract right there. Let's see if I can turn it so it's not all glary. It's hard to monitor. There we go. All right. Okay. Why don't they put any little tabs on these? I mean, why do they hate us? You notice this?
I know. It's always a pain in the butt.
The peanut butter jars have a little tab that you can grab. So does the mayonnaise. Not this stuff. No. Nope. You gotta like.
Do you have a knife?
I know, but
That you don't want to get sticky. I get it.
I'm gonna get sticky anyways. I've just resigned myself to the. You will get sticky. Join the sticky side. There. Yep. Sticky. Haven't even got this stupid thing off here, and I'm sticky. Oh, that could have been bad. Okay, that was futile.
That'll work.
Good idea, warming this up.
Yeah, I thought about that. I was like, ooh, that has been in the refrigerator since we bought the kit.
Which was like, what? Was that a month ago? Yeah, because we buy 2 kits at a time.
Yeah.
Save on gasoline, driving all the way down there.
That was like 2 weeks ago. Because we bought the previous kit at the same time we brewed. Or the day before or something like that.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so 2 weeks.
Because remember we bought it and then we're like, hey, let's brew on the 1st.
That's right. Actually, second.
Or 2nd, yeah.
Doesn't matter. It's not really important. The point is that
No,
we brewed on
We brewed on Friday, New Year's Day, I thought.
second. Or it was Friday. It was Friday because The reason we brewed on Friday is because I couldn't do it
Right.
on
You couldn't do it Saturday
right
for whatever reason, and then we, you know.
because I had the thing.
That's right. That's right. The thing. I don't remember what the thing was, but I
We
remember
go
you
to
had something
church.
going on.
We had the church.
That's right. That's
Had
right.
the church thing. Ladle.
Or
All right, I got it. You can just keep stirring. I'll do this. Did we rinse out the carboy yet, or is it still full of
it's still full of
sanitizer?
It's still everything's still sanitizing.
All right.
But when we start the hour-long boil, we can take care of that stuff. Rex will do it the way it's good,
Look at that. See? It's like it's supposed to be there.
but not with the heat on. I wouldn't leave it there with the heat
Good
on.
point. Well, I was just going to leave it there. I mean, we'll
Oh.
move it later, but
Oh, I got you, man. I'll do it right now. Right now.
right here, right now.
Yeah, I can actually get the heat going here. Are you making a drink for James Bond?
Shake it, not stir. What are you doing? You're stirring. You're supposed to shake it. Don't shake it. That could be really messy.
No, that would just set us back quite a bit.
Yes. And we're starting the broadcast. Is this a down by the river brewery like Deschutes? Yes. Not really. This is in my front yard brewery. Nah, brewing outside is great. How are you doing? Who is this? I can't see. Oh man, I need my glasses. Frank.
Oh, yeah.
Frank
The
Lentz.
printing is so small. I can't
Is
see
that
it.
Frank Lentz? Oh wait, here. It's a little bigger on the laptop. Glendale. Frank Lentz. Man, we got a moments ago. I'm glad that was moments ago. It's exactly what it is. So we're doing a cream ale today, Frank. If you're still here, by the way. But the last time we had it over there on the porch where you can't quite see, and the lighting was horrible and we couldn't see the comments. And so this time we set up a whole studio on my front patio.
See, it's professional.
Yes, the most professional broadcast this side of the Mississippi. I think I'm going to use that as a tagline someday.
Hey, why not, man?
Right?
All right.
Still here. This
All
this is interesting. Oh, I'm glad you think it's interesting. So, obviously there's a lot of stuff, but just to catch you up, since you just might have just caught up.
I'm gonna go grab the hops.
Yeah, go ahead.
And get the first pack ready while you catch Frank up.
All right. So this is the last of a Shiner Bock clone that we brewed maybe a month, 6 weeks ago. Was it 2 months ago, you think?
Yeah, because before that was the stout. So
Right.
That was a while ago, man.
Yeah, so anyways, this is the last of that. We just emptied the keg. A little bit later on, we're going to rack. We've got an IPA that we brewed a little while ago. It's been sitting in the secondary for at least 2 weeks, if not more. And we're up to the boil stage. So we already steeped our grains, kind of like making tea. I don't know, I don't know how much about brewing you know. I don't know if you're an advanced brewer or if you're just enjoying us being silly and goofy while we brew beer. But we steeped our grains, and we're making they call this, what do you do with the recipe? The recipe's over here. Excuse me. Don't mind my butt. Mount Cream Ale, or MT Cream Ale. So we did a little bit on cream ales, and I'll bring the hydrometer. Oh, you do know how to brew beer. Yeah,
Frank a brewer?
yes, he knows big words like
He
hydrometer.
probably knows more than we do.
I bet he does. You probably know more than we do. Anyways, so extract brewing, of course. We just threw the extract in, and now we're getting to the boil stage. And yeah.
What's that fire look like? Okay.
Well, it sounds good. I can hear it.
Yeah, we should be good.
Either that or something's about to explode.
I don't want it to shoot up on us like it's done. You know what I mean? Like that one day at my house.
Oops, I'm sorry. You do not what? I missed. whatever snarky comment I said, I missed it. A little bit of lag there.
Okay. Now we see him let it warm up.
Oh, you do not. I bet what he's saying is he does not know more than us. Trust me. Do you know anything about brewing beer? You know more than us. Yes. Northwest Brewmeisters is a bit of a misnomer.
Northwest Learning to Brewmeisters.
Yeah, but that's a long thing.
I know, right?
That doesn't fit neatly in a little text box. So, we added all the fermentables.
Yeah, we're just bringing it up to the soft boil, and then I already had the timer set for 60 minutes. We'll add the first hot packet, and at the last minute, we'll add the second hot packet, and then we need to cool it. Nice.
Oh, nice. He's got a friend from 2nd grade is growing hops in Bend.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I've thought about trying to grow hops, see what I would need to do because it's a vine.
It is. It grows.
You know?
The old beer fridge downstairs that I have. When we went and picked that up, in Mount Vernon, and I'm putting it on the trailer, and I look at the fence, and the fence is covered in this vine, and I look at it, and I was like, "That's a hops vine."
That's cool.
Just growing wild in Mount Vernon in an alley.
Something you don't see too often.
Trash cans and garbage and hops. That's nice. Yes! Yes, he says.
Oh, okay.
Sweet. So, as you can tell, Frank, I'm totally monitoring the comments from my phone. Just between the laptop, which you can't see, but it's just off camera there. It just is little tiny and trying to brew beer at the same time and talk with each other. It is what it is. Someday we'll have a professional studio. Maybe Northwest Brewers will sponsor us if they ever watch this. Which is
Brew Supply.
Unlikely because we haven't told them about it.
I know. They don't know he exists yet, man.
That's true.
Not in this sense.
Even then, they'd be like, "We're not sure we want to sponsor you."
Wow.
Excuse me, COVID.
Excuse you.
COVID.
All
Don't go pro. This is perfect. Don't worry. We will keep it. We will keep it this level.
We'll keep it amateur and fun. You know.
Although the one thing we do want to do, and this is serious, is we're going to build a brew studio in my basement, which is basically just going to clear all the garbage out of my basement, and then it'll be nice. So if it rains, we can still do this.
Right.
Because if it starts to rain right now, you will watch how fast we move. We will move very fast.
We have some ideas to set up cameras from different views so the viewers can watch what's going on in the pot. You can watch us at the same time. Maybe just kind of expand how we're doing this. And we're welcome to all kinds of feedback too. If you guys got ideas, if you're a broadcast, yes, thank you. If you're a broadcaster and some other topic, whatever, please give us some feedback because we'd love to hear it.
Yes, we're all about feedback. As long as it's nice feedback. We like the feedback that says you're amazing, you're totally cool, don't change a thing, except here, let us give you money. That's my kind of feedback. So anyways, this is kind of the boring part. Need to do the Jeopardy music.
I know, right? How you doing your beer? Because I'm about to get refills.
Oh, actually, it's my turn to get refills. Oh, okay.
You get refills.
You want? Go ahead. You get refills.
All right, Frank. Are you drinking a beer as we?
Yes, Frank. Are you drinking? Are you drinking with us, Frank? To you, Frank. Go ahead. Get What'd you bring? You brought those IPAs. Are those peanut butter? They say PB on them.
Yeah, they're like peanut butter stouts.
Oh.
So.
Oh.
Yeah, I went old school long hammer like we used to drink, and then
get the peanut butter stouts.
Okay.
Yeah. I want those stouts. I love stouts. My wife likes this kind of beer. So this is a Shiner Bock clone. Did I say that to you already? I'm pretty sure I did. This Shiner Bock clone. We got a Kolsch sitting inside that's in the secondary. It's ready to go into the keg. This is going to be a cream ale, which apparently is supposed to taste. It's like, well, one of the websites what I was reading earlier was the bastard child of a German lager and an English ale or something. But it's basically, it was a response to a lot of bottom brewed lagers. when Germany was having problems and a lot of Germans were coming over. And of course, they were bringing their brew techniques with them. And the American brewers that were already here were kind of, and it's really all marketing. It's all money and capitalism trying to keep things, trying to keep money going. And so steam ales, well, all ales from my experience, and I have brewed a few lagers. Lagers do take longer to brew than all right, here we go.
I don't need these sunglasses anymore.
PB and Death. What is it with the dumb names?
These are the same folks that do the Irish Death, if you're familiar with that beer at all. This was the one that I brought over. It had like the cocoa death. It was like the coffee kind of stout.
Was it good?
You liked it. Yeah, it had the red can.
Pretty much anything that has coffee.
Right.
I mean, if you can combine coffee and beer, you're winning with me.
Well, I think what we liked the most about it was it wasn't too sweet like some of those other kind of coffee
Like
style
that
beers.
chocolate chip cookie we drank?
Yeah, that was terrible.
Oh my goodness. Who was that by?
I have no idea.
That was a macro brew. It was like Michelob or who does Shock Top? Who does Shock
New
Top?
Belgium? New Belgium brewery?
They do Shock Top?
Yeah.
Is that who that was? Oh, it's horrible. Don't drink it.
Unless I'm
Don't
mistaken,
drink it,
I
Frank.
thought it was New Belgium.
Normally, he'd be doing an IPA. Let's see what we got here.
My man.
Alpine Beer Co. lately. But I'm having a glass or three of Pinot Noir from Russian
Nice.
River, which is also known for good beer. Ah, you like wine, don't you?
I do like wine.
Ah, yeah, that makes one of us.
This guy.
I'm a beer guy. I like beer. I don't like hard alcohol. I don't like wine. I just like beer. I like beer, and I like coffee. And if you can make a coffee-flavored beer, you are winning with me.
All right, we're getting
So-
close.
Steve is an IPA guy. He really is.
Yes, sir.
I'm more of a porter stout guy. But we both agree that we need to branch out and taste all the beers.
Keep trying new things and just taste them all.
So pretty much as long as there's broadcasting software, you will never see us brew the same batch twice because there are a lot of freaking beers in the world.
Right.
A lot. And we need to drink them all.
One thing we want to do is up our game a little bit and try our hand at all grain brewing instead of using malt extracts. Actually, make our own malts, which is a little more involved, a little more tedious, I guess you could say, but it's probably worth it. You know?
It'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Have you had the Pliny the Elder? Have you heard of that?
No, I'm not sure who makes that.
I
We can look
don't
it up.
know.
Yeah, we can look
Yeah.
it up.
We got the power of the internet in our hand, and we never use it. We always just look at each other.
I don't know. What does that mean?
It's like, look on your phone. It's like, or in my case, my iPad. I seem to.
We're supposed to drink beer and know things, but we don't seem to know very many things.
We're not good at knowing things. Pliny the Elder. Oh, that comes right up too. Wait. Pliny the Elder was a
Ooh.
Roman author
Man,
and
this is good.
naturalist. Oh, there we go. Russian River Brewing Company.
I have heard of
Ooh.
Russian River. There was something else. I
Are
looked
you
up by
21
them.
or older? Yes, I am 21 or older. Russian River. Yeah, I'm looking at the website right now, man. Pliny the Elder is brewed in Amarillo
Double IPA.
Centennial CTZ. Oh, with Amarillo Centennial CTZ and Simcoe hops. It is well balanced with malt, hops, and alcohol. Slightly bitter with a fresh hop aroma. Floral, citrus, pine. Best enjoyed fresh. That's why we make it in such a limited supply. Of course they do. Of course they do.
It's like expensive too. I bet it's
Yeah, I
worth it.
bet. $95 a bottle. $95. I will give them to you all for a bottle. Let's see. Probably shouldn't be racist like that in front of potentially millions of people.
Potentially.
Potentially.
We're not anywhere near the boil. That's right.
Yeah. You can crank it because everything's dissolved. Well, it's starting. It's starting. Take it out.
Yeah, get some movement in there.
So after much research in beer books, brainstorming, deliberation, came up with Pliny the Elder. Pliny the man lived in the 1st century, 2379 AD. According to our brewing references, he and his contemporaries either created the botanical name or at least wrote about Lupus selectarius or hops, currently known as Humulus lupulus. That was a very early reference to an important part of any double IPA. Pliny, the beer, has now become one of our flagship brews. Ah, that is a cool name. That is a cool name. PB and Death is a dumb name. I mean,
didn't
even
name
if,
it.
yeah, but it's still Pliny the Elder. Good name. It has a nice history. This guy first wrote about hops. This is double IPA. Therefore, hops are super important for it. And therefore, Pliny the Elder is a name. But no! We got to go with PB and Death. What is that? Peanut butter split on a corpse?
Rant over.
What? Not even close. Not even close. All right, I'm done. I'm going to be over here drinking my PB and Death.
There was something I had looked up a while back from that brewery. I went to that website. I'm
Mhm.
trying to remember what it was. Can I see the pad for a moment?
Oh my gosh!
Can I see that pad?
Totally forgiven for the name. Yes, you can have the pad, and I'm just going to sit here with this amazing beer that you gave me.
There was something.
This is so good!
I've been to Russian River Brewery's website before. I've never been to their actual brewery, but
We should go
I'm
someday.
trying to find something that. Yes, I'm over 21. There was something I was. Someone else had said something to me about one of these, and I'm like, dude, you gotta check these guys out.
This is so good. What company is this?
I can't remember. It should be on there. Obviously.
I don't have my glasses. Brewed and canned by Iron Horse in Ellensburg, Washington. Ellensburg? Dude, road trip to Ellensburg. It's only like 8 hours away.
Okay.
We need to go to this place. This is good stuff.
Yeah. Sorry, folks. There was Russian River, flagged in my head. I've been here before, but I can't remember what I was looking up though.
It was extremely hard to find, almost mythological a couple years ago. People would seek it out. It's good,
Oh, well, I
but
can't
not to die
here.
for. Alpine's Nelson is crazy good. Made outside of San Diego. All right.
I can't. I don't remember why I was on that website before.
Oh,
So handing it back to you. I don't need it.
Oh, okay. You're right. You need to get yourself one of these, and we need more tripods. It's easier for monitoring. All right. So it is on their website, though, Frank. Sorry, looking at the wrong place. It is on their website because we just saw it on their website. So apparently they're going to start making it
Where your
more.
knife?
What's that?
About your knife.
Kniff? Yeah, I think I shoved it back in my pocket.
I think
Is it
we're-
time already?
No, it's just close. I'm just getting the hops ready
Okay.
because these go in at the first start of the boil.
It's not super sharp, so be careful. I mean, it should be sharp enough. Alpine's Nelson. Okay, let's scroll back. Sweet.
Yeah, I gotta hold this in close. So here you go.
Okay. Alpine Beer Company.
Want to eat a hot pellet?
No, man, that was horrible. Why did you do that to me? That was not a good
had
experience.
to learn.
I don't need to. No, there's such, I'm one of those guys that you can tell me, don't stick your hand in the fire. It hurts. And I'll be like, I will take your word for it on that.
Well, no, I just wanted you to experience what a dry hot pellet tastes like by itself. It's very bitter.
It was unpleasant. It was not pleasant. Not pleasant. All right.
It's kind of like a rabbit food.
Alpine's Nelson. It does look like rabbit food, actually. Probably tastes kind of like that. I don't know. I've never drank Alpine. So Alpine.
So where are these guys located? The Russian River?
Oops, wait. I haven't looked.
Might have been one of the magazines I picked up from Terry's, the brewing mags. Is it
Our story. Let's go to our story.
Zimmergy or whatever that magazine is?
Yes, I'm 21. Thank you. Gainesville, California. That's 1997. So it's down in California.
Okay.
Yes, those guys look Californian. Do these two not look Californian?
Sure.
I mean, they could be Canadian too, or French, but it kind of looks Californian to me.
Okay.
Maybe Dutch.
Maybe Dutch.
I'm not sure. With a splash of Norwegian. I don't know, they're kind of short to be Norwegian. All right, anyways.
Are Norwegians typically larger framed people or
I don't know. I'm just being totally ridiculous.
Viking
No.
styles?
Okay, so what do we got here? What's up?
What's
We're
up?
broadcasting. A million people just heard you say that.
Okay.
Don't walk that way. Don't walk that way. Camera there. How you doing, babe?
All right.
Brewing?
Yes, we're brewing beer.
We're going to work, but I forgot my keys in my other pants. So
That's cool. Hey, give me a kiss. We'll be right back. Here,
Okay.
respond to Frank. He said a couple things.
I also shaved off all my hair by myself.
Yeah, I've heard of Willamette.
Oh, you look so good.
That's okay. I slapped myself really hard on the forehead today.
That's
I had a fly on my head.
More people should slap you. All right. What do you say? Russian River, Great Wine
you
Country?
mentioned, like Willamette. I've heard of Willamette before.
Like Willamette, Walla Walla. Oh, I know where Walla Walla is. It's that way.
That way.
It is. So what we got here? Extremely hard to find. Yeah, we were doing that. Nelson hops are from New Zealand. You'll love it or hate it, like Willamette, Walla Walla.
Good night, Bunch.
While he's gone, I'm gonna take his chair. Yes.
All those papers you have on the table, where can I put them? Because that table needs to be cleared.
Okay. So stack them up carefully, and then put them on top of everything in the center.
Would you let me bring the pizza in?
In the center cabinet of the Chinero.
Okay. I'm gonna get it, but we gotta go to work first.
Doesn't he have to go with you?
All right. Cool.
We're about to hit.
We almost to boil.
Almost, man.
All right. You know what we can do? Since we are the most professional broadcast this side of the Mississippi, we can do this.
There it goes. And it's starting.
Yep.
Turn it down a little bit.
Wait. I just need to.
What are you doing?
I'm going to do what you did earlier because you're right. That was cool. But I'm going to try and monitor so I can actually, because you were aiming all over the place when you were doing it.
So we're trying to achieve a soft rolling boil before we actually pitch our first set of hops in there. We're not quite there yet. You can see a little bit of movement here, but not quite there yet. But you don't want to have too much heat because if it'll like all of a sudden boil over and then you just kind of lost some of your beer there. That's happened to us before. It's not very fun.
3 times, as a matter of
So
fact.
you want to bring the boil up as slow as possible, but keeping a careful eye on it though.
This is really horrible. How can that happen to you 3 times? How can you let it boil over 3 times? What's wrong with us?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Oh, look.
Look.
Look. It's exciting. It's going.
It's there. Oh.
They say a watch pot won't boil. They lie. Because we are watching this pot, and it is boiling.
All right. Timer is set for 60 minutes. As soon as I get some steady roll, I will dump the hops. These are what the hops look like. See? Rabbit food. That's probably too close.
Oh, you had it in there.
It's probably too close to focus. There we go. This is the hot packet. Just a bunch of dry. Yeah, that's not gonna work. You're getting steam all over it.
Okay, we're gonna move back over here. More,
just steamed the camera, man.
more professionalism going on right here. Absolute professionalism. All right, maybe you should. Here, we're just gonna set you right.
Frank, we're glad
back.
you joined us. We hope you're entertained, man.
Yes. Are you not entertained?
Do we have anybody else with us? Or is
I
Frank
don't
the
know.
only guy hanging out with us?
I think Frank's the only one with the bravery to hang in with this stuff.
All right, I'm seeing pretty good, consistent rolls, so
Um.
I'm ready to pitch, man. What's up?
Well, I just think we should take it. We either turn the flame off, or because it does. If you got the flame on,
Right.
then it. Wait, let me get in position so I can actually stir. Because that's the other thing that helps. All right, go for it.
I'll do it real slow.
Yes. Yep. See, it's trying to get all excited.
It's almost like adding baking soda to vinegar sometimes. It just wants to react.
Except, it's like, yeah. Let's just go with you, because I got nothing clever. I was gonna try and be clever, but that was a fail. Absolute fail. I think you're pretty safe to throw the rest of it in there.
Yeah, I agree. All right, man. All right, timer is going. 60 minutes. Last time we killed our broadcast at this point because, well, I guess we figured most folks had had enough.
Well, and people weren't responding quite as much.
Right. At least we got someone hanging out with us this time. So a little longer.
All
right. So at this point, we're going to watch this wort boil. Wort is just a fancy name for unfermented beer, pretty much. And when there's 1 minute remaining on the boil, we'll add the last packet of hops. These are known as the flavoring hops, and I guess it has to do, obviously it's with the chemistry, but I guess it has to do with the fact that the hops are in there more than a minute, so it's going to be very, very hoppy. It's not going to be malty as opposed to malty. Like
I really think it's like onions.
Yeah.
Like seriously, like when you fry onions, if you eat a raw onion, man, it bites you back.
Right. Same
but
idea.
the longer you cook it, and then you get caramelized onions, which taste
Right.
completely different. So I think it's the same concept.
Same with the hops, yeah. The shorter they're in the boil, the spicier, hoppier flavor you're going to get. Yeah.
And then the yeast. You know, it really is an amazing process. I mean, and the guys that figured this stuff out.
I know, it's crazy, huh?
Just talk about having too much time on their hands.
I bet it was accidental. At least part of it, maybe.
Well, did you ever watch How Beer Saved the World?
I like the smell of the hops. I don't know, man. I don't know if I
That
watched
is a
it or
good
not.
smell, man.
We might have watched it before. I really don't remember. That's a beautiful boil, too.
That is.
Look at
that. Should we congratulate ourselves some more?
Yeah.
I mean, we're not narcissistic or anything. It's not like we're awesome or anything.
Well, no, it's just always a fluctuation game with us, trying to find that ideal temperature to get them. I mean, that's like the textbook
Freaks.
rolling boil, dude. Look at that.
The suspense is killing me. So no, we're not going to bottle. At least not this time around. We've got the crimper and we can buy the caps. But to be honest, kegs are so easy.
Yeah, it's so
You
much
just
easier.
put it in the kegerator and you put the pressure on it with the CO2 bottle. And my day job is to sell auto parts, and part of the auto parts store has a compressed gas section. So it's really cheap to get carbon dioxide.
Right.
It's just like,
Yeah, this batch here, when we add the rest of the water,
totally. You know what? I realize you're drinking wine. This to you, Frank, for hanging in there. You're a good man.
I'm going with Mom to work.
Cool, dude. You gonna help her get it done?
Yes.
All right, man. Where's the pizza? Did she already get it, or is she getting it after work?
She's getting it after work.
Okay. Just let Mama know that I think they close. Yes. Cheers. They close at 8 o'clock, so don't. Or I don't know. You gonna get Papa John's or Papa Murphy's?
Papa John.
Oh, okay. So why would you? Sounds good, dude. Nice. Sweet.
so when this is done, when this is done, it'll make 5 gallons.
That actually is a good boil.
And the kegs we use are just like soda kegs you would see like at a movie theater or, common. It's called a Cornelius
Yeah.
keg. Take care. We'll see you later.
All right, we'll be here. Probably sitting right here, although we are going to eventually have to turn the lights on. Although it's
Probably.
pretty good. I mean, look right there.
Yeah, the camera's
That's- I
picking
mean-
up enough light. We're pretty good.
Yeah.
Another reason we prefer kegging is the sanitation process, because if we make one little mistake with the bottling, and let's say we forgot to sanitize the caps, we would ruin the whole batch of beer because of bacteria. So it's actually just much easier to keg it, and you can drink it faster too.
Although
Excuse me, you can drink it more soon than having to wait for the bottling process to happen.
it is easier to bring beer to your friends at church if it's in bottles.
True, you can gift it a lot easier than.
Yes. So I don't know if Father Dave would be too cool if I brought a whole 5-gallon keg of beer to church.
Here you go.
He probably wouldn't like that.
Probably not.
But he wouldn't have a problem with. In fact, are you burning wood? No, we're using propane. Propane for this. We burn wood to heat the house. The propane is just so controllable. We can turn it up, turn it down. I mean, with wood, we would have to basically move the kettle.
Move the
They'd be
kettle,
like,
yeah.
up, down, okay, off the flame, back on the flame.
I think this is a 3.5 or 4 gallon steel kettle. I can't quite remember the volume. But
I'm gonna say it's 3.5 because we got 3
Yeah.
gallons in there right now.
pretty close to the top. Yeah.
Well, it might be 4. We might be able to fit another gallon in there.
We don't need to. It's fine.
Yeah, propane is just much easier.
Hank Hill would agree.
It's one of those cartoons. It's those adult cartoons. King of the Hill?
No. Oh, you got it. Yeah, King of the Hill. Yep.
Who knows his American pop
He's a-
culture? Not
Hank Hill's a propane dealer,
Oh, is he?
Yeah, it's his job in the TV series.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't
would
watched
agree.
the cartoon in years, but it's just
I haven't.
I just know he's always touting propane in some of his episodes.
Hey, Frank, thank you very much. Cheers to you, sir.
Cheers, Frank.
Take care. Have fun with the dog. We'll see ya. Hopefully. You can go ahead and subscribe because we do this every 2 weeks. We're going to come back and we got to go buy more kits.
Yeah, we're out of kits. So
Yeah, so we don't know what we're brewing next week. Take care, Frank. Thanks for being here.
take care, man. We should probably start listing everything we brew so we don't brew the same thing twice.
Yes, and doing things like actually documenting how we do this.
Yeah.
I mean, right now our only documentation is to get the recipe and say, I think we did everything exactly like this.
Right.
That's about it. All right. So, since our one apparent viewer has had to go walk his dog,
Dogs need walking.
I'm going to take a moment to get off camera.
Okay. No, I got you, man.
You good? You need any snacks or anything you want? I know
no,
you don't
we still
like
have some
those-
chips over there. We probably should put that cheese in the fridge if we're not going to eat it right now. You think it's fine? Okay.
Oh, dude. It's like being in the fridge out here.
Okay. I can't really see what. You know what? I'm going to switch eyes real quick. Oh, crap.
They're right there.
I didn't have my glasses on. I couldn't see my glasses. There
I
you go.
can't find my glasses.
Much better.
You look much more intelligent. You went from a rock star to like an academic. Just like that.
That's
Take
funny.
one glasses
He's a
off.
rock star.
Total rock star, dude. Like John Petrucci, but without the beard.
Yeah. John Petrucci. That's a good guitar player.
Yeah, he is. You know what's funny is I came across a meme. It said the difference between a rock guitarist and a jazz guitarist is that a rock guitarist plays 3 chords in front of 3,000 people, whereas a jazz guitarist plays 3,000 chords in front of 3 people.
That's funny. It is so true, though, if you think about it.
It is.
It's a joke. Yeah, I get that, man.
And one of my friends, Diego, posts up a whole series. It's a montage of John Petrucci solos.
Oh, okay, okay.
And so I don't want to be stupid, right? So I just said touche, right? Let it flow. Except for the fact that John Petrucci is part of Dream Theater and the rock. And I wasn't talking about notes. I was talking about chords.
Ah, right.
Because I will put Joe Paz up against John Petrucci any day of the week. Any day of the week. Not saying John Petrucci is bad, but I'm just saying
No,
Joe
like
Paz
you're
is
saying,
amazing too.
There was, I don't know who it was. I was flipping through my stations. It probably landed on an NPR station because it was like a jazz period. And it was guitar jazz. And whoever it was, man, was just like, it was clean tone too. I can only imagine if you had distorted it, it would sound like metal, you know what I mean? Obviously, not just the distortion, but just the style he was playing, but still the notes he was hitting, definitely jazz guitar, you know? I
Yeah.
thought, man, this guy is good. He's so fast, you know what I mean? There's even some country players that are very fast.
Well,
You know,
the thing is that
But with a clean tone, though, you know what I mean?
right. Well, oh yeah,
Yeah,
insanely fast.
yeah.
But
those
I
guys
was
can really play, you know?
I was watching something about virtuosic guitar players, right?
Oh,
it was
right,
this
right.
guy. Oh, why can't I remember his name? It's got an Italian name. It doesn't matter. He's got a regular YouTube channel. I subscribe to it. Rick Bonacci.
Oh, okay.
No,
okay.
no. Rick Bonacci's a guy that buys auto parts.
Michelangelo
for us.
Badio, maybe?
No, although I do follow him on Facebook.
Yeah, you know, we watched him a while. That guy's fast.
I've watched quite a few of these things.
That guy
well-
goes back to way back in the day, man.
Well, what this guy was saying is that they were talking about virtuosic guitar playing, and of course, my brain is just taking a vacation now. Pink Floyd.
What's
the
the
guy.
beer kicking in?
Maybe it is the beer.
David
kicking in.
Gilmour is the guitar
Thank
player
you,
for
David.
Pink
So
Floyd.
the
Yeah.
David Gilmour effect they were talking about and all this. I don't know exactly what that is,
The
but
effect, huh?
But anyways, they were talking about how David Gilmour's solos are virtuosic. And one of the things this guy mentioned, he said he hesitates to put metal players into the virtuosic realm because he finds metal players to be very formulaic.
That makes sense. Very structured.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very structured,
Yeah.
you know, and it's really cool and it's fun. I love metal guitar. Metal guitar is really fun to listen to.
I think I know where you're going. You listen to a Gilmour solo, and it's full of feeling. It just,
Right.
You know, it's
And
slower, but
it
it's
goes
full of
different
feeling,
ways.
Yeah.
It's, you know, he'll like, and then he'll stop. for like 2 measures, and then he'll do something, or maybe he'll hold a note, that's really where you start to I should really be on camera to be doing all this, but
That's all right.
anyways,
I don't think we have any viewers anyway. I can't really tell. I'm too far away from the screen.
so people do watch replays.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. So in any case, and we're back. So anyways, that's really where you start to develop your chops as a soloist, particularly in jazz, is knowing when not to play.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Because if you listen to a lot of young jazz, and when I'm talking young, high school, college, right? Just listen. I'm sure you can look them up on YouTube, but listen to a lot of the young jazz folks as they're playing. What you'll notice is it's constant notes. They never stop.
Yeah.
The sound never
Right.
stops. And it doesn't have to be guitar. It's saxophone, trumpet,
Sure.
whatever. The only time that the wind guys stop is to breathe,
Right.
take a breath, and then they'll start playing and they'll hold a note and stuff. And if you listen to the seasoned guys, they'll play for 3 measures and they'll wait and they'll let the rhythm section float, and then they'll come in and then they'll go outside the changes and get really tense, and then they'll stop. So you're kind of hung on this tenseness, and then they'll resolve it. And
Kind of takes you on an audible journey.
yeah,
You know,
well, and the
audio
thing
journey.
the thing about improvisation or anything musical, not even improvisation, is you make these statements, you make these musical
Sure.
statements, and they so you pose a question and then you do an answer, and some people I watched a Hans Zimmer thing and he plays a note, it's like, that's a question, and I remember sitting there going, I don't hear a question there, oh Hans, don't hear it, man. Like, here's an answer. It's like, sounds like you asked another question. Just saying. You made a statement and someone asked a question. You inverted it, which is very creative.
Did you answer a question with a question? Isn't that rude?
But in any case, oh man, we don't have enough extension cords because we are starting to run out of light now. Now it's starting to get darker.
That's true.
And we do have a floodlight right there, which is going to cast a really weird, unnatural sheen on this whole thing. But
Let's
I
see
don't
what
have an
happens.
extension cord.
Let's just see what happens.
All right, I got to go find a cord.
Do you need a cord, or do you need a surge protector that has 4 or 5,
Either
5
one.
or 6 plugs on it? You know what I mean?
Either one, because my poor laptop, the battery's just done. So it'll hang in there for an hour or so. Which I realize we're on the boil portion, we're almost done and stuff. I think we're gonna go ahead and cap this one, unless somebody else like Frank shows up and decides to chat with us.
Right.
But we'll probably cap this after the boil is done, and we'll do the rest of it because it is getting dark. And then we got to rack that other beer. We'll just rack it into the keg.
We still got to empty out the bleach water from the fermenter as well. So
Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff, and since we're running out of light and stuff, well, actually, we could do that now since we don't have a lot of viewers right now and stuff. The problem is if you're not there when the viewers show up,
they'll be.
then they leave and like, there's nothing here. Why am I looking at a kettle and bushes?
Well, we could take shifts, doing parts of it. That way, there's always someone here to kind of entertain or talk to somebody. What did you run?
The last thing he said
propane.
is, yeah, he said, are you burning wood or propane? And that was the whole thing. And then Hank Hill, and I had to really work hard to remember who the heck Hank Hill was.
Right.
Thanks for that.
Keep me on your toes.
And then Super Kill, gotta go walk the dog. Thanks, fun stuff. So
If anything, we're entertaining.
that's the goal,
I
man.
know, right?
Are you not entertained? That's actually a good movie.
Yeah.
I kind of like Russell Crowe. But anyway, so back to jazz. So he was talking, he's like, a lot of metal players are very formulaic. And so he's like, that hurts them when it comes to him judging them as virtuosic. That deal. But yeah, Joe Paz is insanely fast.
Yeah, we've listened to Joe Paz before.
Yeah.
At
And
my
he's
house,
and of course he's jazz, and most jazz does a fairly clean tone.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of crunch, just a little bit, but nothing like Petrucci.
No.
And all the way back to my post with the whole 3,000 in front of 3 and, all that fun stuff was like, so he posts Petrucci, and I said, well, you didn't quite
get it.
You didn't quite get it because Petrucci is still, Dream Theater is still kind of 145. I mean, they are a very technical band. I really like Dream Theater because their harmonic progression is not simply 145.
Right.
And Change of Seasons, if you ask me, Change of Seasons is still their best work. I haven't really followed them a lot.
You should probably listen to Metropolis Part 1 and 2 also. Off of the album Images and Words. It's got a lot of changes. It's jazzy in some parts.
It's got like time signature changes.
Yeah.
Because that's what I love about Change of Seasons. It's like 5/4, 4/4, 3/4, 7/8, just all over the place. And you can listen to the drum. That drummer has got to be on top of things.
Well, at that time, that was a drummer named Mike Portnoy, who's still phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's just not with the band anymore.
Yeah, I know he left.
But yeah, during those first few albums, that was the work of Mike Portnoy. So, which I'm not sure what he's doing now. I know this was like a number of years ago, he was at least standing in as on the tour for Avenged Sevenfold for a while.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know if he's still doing that.
Just something to make a little money.
Well, yeah, it's like, hey, we need a drummer. Obviously, you're like one of the top drummers in the freaking world, so come with us,
Yeah, I mean that cat is insane. Right here. Don't need that. Don't need that.
All right.
You'll
excuse me for a minute.
Portnoy. All right, I'll be right here. I'm going to look up Mike Portnoy.
Yeah, I think what I've read recently, like he might be doing studio work. I don't know. He might be in a band. You'll find out, I'm sure.
And we're about to hit it.
Right.
Sons of Apollo. And he's gone. So I'll just tell whoever's on the replay. Let's see. We got Sons of Apollo, the Winery Dogs, Transatlantic, Flying Colors, LTE, Metal Allegiance, the Neil Morse Band, Dream Theater, Avenged Sevenfold, and Twisted Sister? Really? Really? Transatlantic launch video, Looking for the Light, directed by Christian Rios, from the Absolute Universe, set for release on 5 February 2021. Watch it here. Sweet Life Changer Band. This is really... Oops, wait a minute. Wait, no! What are you doing? Stop it! That's not what I'm anyways. Well, of course, it's black. It's purple on black. That's easy to read. He is currently the drummer in Sons of Apollo, the Winery Dogs, Transatlantic, Flying Colors, the Neil Morse Band, and Metal Allegiance. Wow. It's also recorded and/or with Avenged Sevenfold, Twisted Sister, Adrenaline Mob, PSMS, Liquid Tension Experiment, OSI, Big L, Hail, Stone Sour, Fate's Warning, Overkill, G3, and his 4 tribute bands with Paul Gilbert, Yellow Matter Custard, Hammer of the Gods, Amazing Journey, and Cygnus and the Sea Monsters. What you looking for, buddy?
My coat.
Oh, did you bring it?
Yeah.
That's right. So right now, Portnoy is...
I am a dumbass because it's right here behind me.
Oh, well, there it is. He is in Sons of Apollo, the Winery Dogs, Transatlantic, Flying Colors, the Neil Morse Band, and Metal Allegiance.
Sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah. But he's probably not touring with all of them. I mean, nobody's touring right now.
Maybe he's doing studio work or something.
Well, yeah, and you can do that. I mean...
Yeah. A lot of studio session, musicians are really good. They're just, they're just not like on the stage,
Well, session musicians are insanely good, but the nice thing about being a session musician, my uncle was a session bass player for a while.
Oh, yeah?
Stand-up bass. Yeah, he'd get a call.
Hey, we need you.
8 o'clock. Yo, Dave. It's like, and it was bluegrass, right? Because bluegrass is his genre. But it's like, yo, Dave, Soggy Bottom, Flat Top, Single Wide Trailer Boys are they're cutting an album. They need a band. You like that, huh?
Soggy Bottom, Single White Trailer Boys. Now that was funny.
Flat Top, Single Wide Trailer Boys. I was just trying to go about as white trash as you
wow.
could get.
That was good.
Which is unfair because not all bluegrass lovers are white trash.
No.
Bluegrass is actually really big on the East Coast, like all over there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and like in Connecticut and other places, it's not just a Kentucky Appalachian Mountain thing. It's quite a big. I like bluegrass. You know what hurts my soul though? Jaime does not like bluegrass. Literally, Jaime was. Oh man, we are out of light. We gotta fix this.
All right, let's see what happens with that.
Yep, we'll be right back. I got a cord somewhere. Somewhere I got a cord.
All right. Do we even have anybody here with us? So we've had looks like a total between now and when we started at 34 viewers, but I don't think there's anybody like here right now. If they are, they're not saying anything to us.
Yeah, they're not talking.
So I can't tell if there's anybody watching or not.
Well, I think the little eyeball lies. I think that
eyeball is an accumulator.
Yeah.
Like
exactly.
if someone watches for even like a couple seconds, it probably increments it. Then again, that could be wrong, but
no, I think you're right.
I don't know how to tell if we have actually people watching right now, or if it's just like over the course of the broadcast, 34 people have happened to click on the link and went, oh, that's not what I wanted, and then went somewhere else. Other than Frank, because Frank talked to us for a while. Hey, that looks a little better. It's actually doing pretty good. It lit my face up.
Good deal.
Yep.
Sweet. All right. I got to use the head real quick. Be right back.
Okay. Yeah, you think it's hot, huh? You want to see something funny? The phone is not in sync with that at all. No, that's been blank for a while, but the phone just saw me get up a moment ago. Whereas the computer showed me get up like, about 20 seconds ago.
Right.
I think that's funny.
Oh, there's considerable lag. And if we were to log on with the iPad,
It'd all be different, different states of the video. It's kind of neat, man.
It is different.
So yeah, I think the light's working pretty well, at least as far as
Well, it gets the faces are
yeah. Obviously,
yeah, we're
it's kind of
starting to lose.
Yeah, that's all right, man. There's a small light on that. I don't know if that actually doing anything. It doesn't look like it.
That light is only an indicator saying, "Hey, I'm on."
I'm on.
That's
so,
about it.
ready for the next beer?
Yeah, almost. Grab the other ones. I mean, this is delicious, and I know we have more, but
yeah, they're just the quintessential long hammers we used to drink. I thought we'd get Froggy and just be like, "Hey, let's go old school."
All right, grab a couple of those.
Okay.
How much time we got?
Like 30-something more minutes. This is like the slowest, boring part.
It is. We should have saved all our conversation for this part.
Sorry, we can make up new conversation. We always do.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah. So, right. How about them Bears? Are we still rolling? Have a little trouble with the door there?
No.
I did not. Although it looked like it.
What's my wife call these? Blackout beers?
These ones?
Are these the blackout beers?
I don't think so.
Long hammers, right?
Longhammers.
Yeah, these are the blackout.
They're not even
beers.
high octane, man.
Yeah,
6.2.
you're right. That's not high octane.
Well, it's high octane for someone who doesn't drink high octane beers, but
It's true. For someone who usually drinks Coors Light, 6.2 is
that's it's like
that'll
3
put,
times as much alcohol.
that'll put you on your ass.
But guys like us who drink anywhere between a 6.5 and like a 9.2. Yeah.
Didn't we drink an 11 once? Man, that was a crazy.
Yeah,
night.
I think it was one of those weird specialty Russian Imperials we did.
Yeah, that one. That was.
And it was a super strong. It was a coffee beer at that.
Yeah, I love coffee beers. They're so good. Oh my goodness, I love coffee beers.
It was good.
Ooh, look at you.
It
Look at
was
you.
fun.
Yeah, much better than me.
It was good. It was fun. But it was strong.
Too strong. Yeah, no driving that night. No driving for you.
The Imperial version of the Voodoo Ranger, which is made by, I think it's New Belgium as well. Same people that make Shock Top and all that. I could be screwing up my breweries now. That's strong. It's 9.2% alcohol also. It's pretty
Yeah.
tasty. Now they have a non-Imperial version of Voodoo Ranger, which is like 7 something. It's still pretty high though, 7.5.
Yeah.
Or it might have meant maybe Voodoo Ranger is a real brewery. Sorry, folks, if you're watching, I can't quite remember who's who right now.
And again, power of the
Power of the
internet in our hands, and
We have 32 minutes left on the boil, so I'm not too worried about the.
It is going to be freaking dark out.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be fine.
We do need to rack. We could rack. Well, we got 2 kegs open now. We could rack 2 beers. What are you doing tomorrow?
Well, at a minimum, I need to change the oil in my truck, but I gotta get that battery I bought from you installed in my TA so that I can pull the TA out.
How early are you going to wake up?
Not very early. I don't get up at o'clock in the morning when I don't have to.
Should. It's good for your health. Voodoo.
I guess it
ooh,
depends on how much or how late I stay up tonight after we're done.
Voodoo donut. The magic is in the hole.
Oh, okay.
Not what I'm looking for. Voodoo Ranger at Amazon. Oh, nice. Voodoo Ranger, New Belgium.
New Belgium. Okay, I was correct then.
Yeah.
That's what
Trend-setting hop and malt varieties and served with a side of sarcasm. Nice. Cute. Side of sarcasm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely need more lights. I mean, this is kind of hanging in there. They can kind of see us.
I know, you can probably just kill it if you want, man. I don't know, what do you think?
I don't know.
Or F it, let it go.
We could just let it go. Doesn't matter to me. What do you think? Kind of a non-ceremonious ending.
Yeah, let it go. Maybe we can
Yeah, maybe somebody else will show up.
show up, or we can bring
Dude, we can't see you. Sorry. There's
Sorry,
only
we're
so
brewing
much
in the
light
dark.
world. We're definitely brewing in the dark.
Non-professional.
Yes. No, most professional. Most professional broadcast this side of the Mississippi. Trust me. It doesn't get better than this. We're amazing. That's not narcissism, by the way. That's confidence.
29 minutes and 40 some odd seconds. We're good.
So
We got
at
a
the
while.
29-minute mark, then we pitched the last hops, right?
At the 1 minute, yeah. You said the 29 minute.
Yeah. Well,
I think you meant the 1 minute.
I meant the
your
1
mind
minute
was
mark.
thinking 1 minute mark, but you
Yeah.
vocalized 29 minutes. It's all right though.
That is kind of crazy, though.
That helped. Like my forehead, my 5 head is really lit up right now. So that works
Look
out.
bald again?
No, that was weird though. At one time,
You did. You looked like
I
you
had a
had.
mohawk. It was kind of weird. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's because we put it over there, and because there's light and not light, and
Yeah.
it's
The
amazing.
sky
how-
was all just kind of steel gray. You know, it was a shitty day. Oops, sorry.
You're allowed to swear, actually.
I know, but
There's no rule against it.
I figure,
But at the same time, we don't need to be foul mouthed.
no, and
You
I
know.
didn't. That's not my intention.
I definitely
obviously.
said ass earlier today. I said it ass.
It's all right, man.
But on the flip side, we don't need to be dropping F-bombs and all that fun stuff.
No, and I doubt we will. Unless we were like schmabbered and we tried to make this, then we'd probably be just, inevitable.
Which is not a good idea, because the last time we got that drunk, the beer was horrible.
Beer was terrible.
Yeah.
It didn't work out very well.
And this kit costs like $40, dude.
You know, I was doing it. I was number crunching in my head. I'm thinking, man, we spend $40 to $50 a kit for 5 gallons of beer. When you break it down, what's a gallon of beer? How many? Like, you buy a 6-pack of beer. What's in a 6-pack? What, 6 times 12? So
Right, so 6 times 12 is 72 ounces. There's
Right.
128 ounces in a gallon, right? Is it 128 or 168? Hold on.
no, it's
16, 32. 32 times 4 is 128. There's 128
16
ounces.
pints. Yeah,
There's 128 ounces in a gallon.
Right.
8 pints.
8 pints. Excuse me.
Right. So 128 divided by 12 is
I don't know the top of my head.
10 point,
So about every 10 beers,
10.6.
roughly, you
It's
you have a
10.6.
gallon. Yeah. I've had
Right.
a few beers. I'm not a math whiz, especially even when I'm sober. I'm not a math whiz.
So
I
you
mean,
got
I can do math great on paper, but I'm not one of those head guys.
right. So you got 10, but basically you got 50 beers in a gallon, so this is 50 beers,
About 50 beers.
about 50 beers, give or take.
Okay.
All right, a little less than, I think, because it's 10.6 beers to a gallon, so a little more than. So it comes out to about $1 a beer. You can get a case of Coors Light for like $20. So it's more expensive than Coors Light. But you go to Greg's and buy those specialty beers, which is what we're making here. We're making specialty beers.
Yeah, that's
They're flavorful, they're unique, they're interesting, they're not just boring beers. I mean, I still like Coors Light, you know that. Coors Light it's my first love. I will never leave her completely.
No, I understand, because when I was stationed in Florida, I drink a lot of natural light, which is like even lower on the respect pole than you.
That's like getting into the disrespect pole
Oh,
zone.
dude, it was bad, man. But it was cheap. I could buy a 24-pack for like $9 on the base, dude.
That is cheap.
And no one cared because it was cheap beer and it did the job,
Yeah. And that's the thing. I guess the way I've always said it is like, so if we're happy drinking Coors Light, then brewing our own beer is not cost effective, right? It's not cost effective at all. But if you think about it, so Coors Light is very low ABV.
It's like 4.2 or something like that.
I can easily drink 8 Coors Lights in a night.
And then you
Not even
go
be
drive,
What's that? Yeah.
And then go as a joke.
Might not
we
want
do
to
not
do that
condone drinking and driving. We're just
at
it's a
all.
joke.
But still, that's the point. But your hyperbole is taken. Right. It's super light beer, and so you drink a lot of it, and so you spend more money because it's like, oh, I gotta go buy more beer because I drank my case in 3 days.
Right.
you know, that 5 gallons of whatever lasted. I don't know how long it lasted. I don't know when we started drinking. I think Christmas. Christmas is when I tapped into that first.
Which one?
The Bach.
Oh, the Bach.
Or
Okay.
recently after Christmas.
Yeah, I don't know.
The one that we just emptied tonight. Which is why we can rack 2 beers tonight.
I know when we brewed last time and broadcasted, we killed the stout. So the stout was the beer we killed during the last broadcast.
That's right, because I put it in the two.
And then tonight we killed the box. So it's been, a few weeks at least.
Yeah, so, dollars for dollars, it comes out about the same, really.
Yeah, because you don't need as many beers. You drink 3 or 4, and you're like, if you're content with what you would get out of 1 or 2 Coors Lights, then
yeah, I tend to drink these because they're usually.
we don't necessarily drink to get drunk. It's more for the flavor and the experience.
Oh yeah, that's not the goal.
That's what I enjoy is the flavor and the experience. I like the buzz. Don't get me wrong, but when I'm enjoying a very flavorful, full-bodied beer like this, I like the experience of the beer, man. Just the hanging out, the discussion, the flavor of the beer, and then you happen to get drunk too. That's kind of how it is in my brain. Yeah.
It's like serendipitous.
Yeah, that makes any sense. It's in some weird way. That's how I think about it. Or I really don't think about it. It's just what makes sense to me. It's like the buzz is always welcome, but that's not my sole purpose of drinking the beer. It's just welcome side effect.
Welcome side effect.
Very welcome side effect.
It's not something that I disagree with.
Now, when I was a younger person, it was all about getting drunk. I get it.
Yes, let's get.
I'm 44
smashed.
now. My priorities have changed. Drinking's still a priority, but the getting drunk part, not as much.
Well, I got to tell you, the nights that I enjoy,
Smash, I guess.
I think the best nights we have are the nights when we don't get blasted.
Yeah.
And that's usually when we drink really interesting, good beers. This is good.
Blasting's always fun.
What's that?
I said blasting's always fun. But I prefer when we're leading up to the blasted because we always have the most fun and the most interesting conversations. But then we're blasted, this becomes silly and goofy and.
That's true. And sometimes our conversations get stupid, even though we are wicked smart.
Wicked smart.
Wicked smart.
Let's go over to Harvard and be some smart guys.
Yeah. But no, it's just I gotta admit, I like it when we've had a good long night, but we're not.
Uber smash, yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed, man.
Like, I will be honest, when I start slurring my words, I'm like, I'm done. Because I don't like slurring my words. And so then my speech becomes slower because I concentrate on every word that I say. And I can sense myself doing this, and I'm like, this is too much work to talk. I'm done.
Sorry, folks.
What are you doing yawning, man? It's 5:30.
I'm not sleepy yet. I don't know. 38, a couple of viewer count has gone up a little bit. Again, I don't know if that means they're like actually watching or if they just happen to pass by,
I am quite certain it's an aggregate.
I agree.
We spend entirely too much time worrying about our stats on this.
Oh no, I think we're just curious about it because we don't know the platform very well.
Yeah, and I have to admit,
that's my thing. I'm just curious. I'm not sweating it.
This is my. I'm kind of experimenting with the Northwest Brewmeisters streaming because I have another channel for my music stuff.
On Haps or?
On Haps, yeah. Everything's on Haps now. I've moved to Haps. Well, it's really nice because you can broadcast. So right now we're broadcasting on Twitter and on YouTube and on Facebook, all at the same time. We're hitting all 3 channels.
It's kind of neat. It aggregates the main services.
Yeah, and any comments made on any of those channels come up here.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is nice. You can also broadcast to Periscope, but I didn't bother making a Periscope channel for.
Periscope was gone though.
March 31st. It is.
That's right.
March 31st, they're done. So if you go watch Periscope right now, a lot of the videos that you'll see, particularly from the people that have worked hard and built viewership, a lot of your videos, what they will be basically is goodbye videos. Please follow me here.
Moving here. Yeah.
Dear audience, please come here with me. Here's where I'm going. Yeah. which is totally legitimate because these people have put a lot of time and a lot of energy into building these viewers, and now it's gone. But that's that's the way life is. It's kind of like renting. When you rent, you're at the mercy of your landlord, and it depends on the landlord. I mean, I think of my tenants. It's like my philosophy on it is, for me it's a property, but for them it's a home.
Right.
And for my one tenant, like in my condo, I don't know how much he views it as a home, right? But I know that my little house, my tenant there, that is her home. And so it's like, well,
You're not a douchebag type,
I don't think so.
Landlord. Where I mean, I remember one time. This was a number of years ago. You told me there was a period where one of your tenants couldn't pay the rent, and you let it slide, until they can get on top.
Oh, that was horrible.
And I know it hurt you, but you were willing to let them get. You weren't like, "Oh, you're out of here." You actually gave them some cushion, and that makes you not douchebag.
I know. I had to evict them though eventually.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay.
Well, the thing
I know there's limits, brother. I know that.
Well, there are limits, and when I see a Facebook post, and you have a full color butterfly tattoo, full back, not like little on your shoulder, like your whole back.
Dude, that's like $1,000 tattoo, probably.
That's right. And you didn't pay the rent?
Yeah, you're done.
It's like
that's on that person, because obviously the priorities were not aligned.
It's just like, and that was frustrating, and it wasn't fun. And even then, my letter was like, "Dear so and so, I think it's very obvious that you cannot afford to live in this apartment, at least without a roommate, and it's a 1-bedroom apartment, so you need to move out." That was my eviction letter. It's obvious you can't afford this.
You should go.
And I couldn't change my, because I got a mortgage I'm paying, so I couldn't change that.
Right.
So, and they weren't angry about it. Like, I still had it was someone I knew from church, and so. But yeah, that I eventually had to ask them to leave. So, anyways, I don't know if the one guy views it as his home, because I know when I was active duty, I didn't view the places I rented as a home. This is where I was staying.
Where I'm staying at the moment. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, anyways, that's back to the whole platforms. It's like all these people building up things on Facebook. It's like these huge Facebook followings. It's like Facebook is not forever. They're getting hit, right? Because they're getting a lot of social pressure. They're getting bad PR for whatever reasons, and I don't necessarily think it's deserved, by the way. I don't think Facebook has really done anything horribly untoward that they deserve to be punished for whatever they did. It's a completely free platform, so when it's free, you are the product. Yeah, you're the product, but it's like, I'm down with that. That's consensual. Yep, you send me those tailored ads, I get it.
They can subscribe to it.
Yep. For my part, I don't put an excessive amount of information on Facebook.
Nope.
And I've got the constant little red number saying, "You haven't done this yet. You haven't done that yet."
And I'm not going to.
But the thing is, that's as far as it goes. It's not like they send me an email saying, "Hey, if you don't," excuse me while I go turn that light back on. Just the jumping jacks over here. Come on.
He really is doing jumping jacks, folks. Trying to get the sensor to see him. Hey,
I'm right here.
It's too dark.
Come on. It's supposed to sense heat, isn't it?
I don't know, actually.
I wonder if
Can you reset a switch somewhere? Or?
I wonder if somebody inside turned it off. But I do have it on a switch. My father-in-law couldn't comprehend that. Why would you want it on a switch?
Really? There it is.
I just turned it off.
That's not even an outdoor light, though, is it?
What?
That's not even an outdoor light, is it?
It is an outdoor light.
It is?
Well, is it outdoors?
Yes, it's physically outdoors.
Then it's an outdoor light. Yeah, that's one of those motion sensor lights up there. What was I talking about before I had to turn the light back on?
Did you really forget?
I did.
Yeah, me too.
Could not have been very important. We're talking about tenants.
Tenants.
Facebook. Oh, Facebook has not done anything that I think deserves.
It means I'm getting a buzz because I forgot what you were saying.
Oh, that's not good. It's a good thing someone's taking you home. Facebook hasn't done anything that I think warrants punishment.
Right. I get it because
Right.
it's free. It's not like
It's
you're
free.
paying them to do stuff and then they violated the terms. You know.
And the idea that they collect data on their users and then tailor ads and that people pay them.
Every service collects data on their users. I'm serious. Every service.
Everybody.
If you use Amazon or if you use whatever you use, Microsoft, whatever, man, you're getting shit collected on you.
And so that's known.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to read through the 10,000 page EULA.
Right.
You don't need to read through that. You know. You should know. If you don't know, you are purposefully not knowing. It's called being obtuse, by the way,
I know.
where you're purposely blind.
Right.
But
There's a
seriously,
lot of obtuse stuff going on around here, man.
but you really are. If you don't know that this stuff is happening, then you are purposefully
Right.
not, and you're just complaining, and it's just like, no, you know they do this.
What are you
this
bitching about?
You did this to me. It's like you knew they were going to do this. It's part of the
Right.
deal. You get a free service, which, by the way, is an integral part of your life at this point, and that's your
You
choice.
made it.
That's true because, like, well, you're not on Facebook, right?
I dished it.
And yet you seem to be fine. You don't seem to be sickly.
I'm coming, Elizabeth.
Who's Elizabeth?
Red Fox and his wife in
Yeah. Okay.
the old TV show.
Yeah. Sanford and Sons.
Yes.
Yes. That was actually a good show. I actually watched a little bit of that. I actually laughed, and I was just a kid. Like a lot of that humor was not aimed at me.
No, but you're smarter than most. I'm gonna go.
Yeah. Go do that thing. I'll stand here. There's a little search button. There it is. Sure enough, we are live on Facebook as well,
Oh, okay.
and 0 people have responded. We
Hi.
have 1 subscriber.
Not subscribe. Not subscribe. Wow. Not surprised.
Not surprised. Yeah, especially since I am our subscriber.
Is that like a selfless plug thing?
Totally.
I'm gonna totally subscribe to me.
I'm gonna say, dude, we need a better picture. This deer jumping over the road thing is just not cutting it for me. We need a better picture.
You're the
Like-
one who selected that picture, so yeah.
I had to throw something in there and something I knew that was just the chances of copyright problems would be
Ah.
0.
By the way,
So-
we're down to 10 minutes.
Oh, are we? Cool. All right, so I say we just go ahead and let the camera roll until we finish the boil, and then we say goodbye. Whether there's a new viewer or not, maybe there will be. I mean, it's getting hard to see
Yeah.
stuff. I'm like, how is it?
I'm in
that
the light. Like
the
my
same-
my face is lit up.
It's
too,
like-
bro, you know?
It's like you're the golden child and I'm the
Eh.
dark bastard. Just like over here.
Well, maybe we can.
It has nothing to do with the
Not
camera.
now.
It's just- I don't know what the lights. It's weird. Maybe it's because I'm wearing a hat.
Well, I think that light is brighter than that light.
That's true, and I'm sitting in the shadow. I'm
You're
not
kind of in
quite
the
in
shadow
that
of the
light.
awning. So maybe we should like rotate ourselves like, so many degrees next time, so the light is hitting us and the camera is back there.
Or maybe start so that it's not dark when we finish.
Well, I mean, we started as early as we could. If you think about it.
Well, we really did. And there's still some prep, and maybe next time we'll do even better, you know?
All that, and it's middle of winter, so
That's true. But
the
I
light
still
just doesn't
think
save light so much.
getting a brew studio going is a good idea. I don't even know which profile this is.
We'll make a brew deal. You look at me like, what?
That was horrible.
It was. That was. It was supposed to be.
Absolutely horrible.
It was supposed to be horrible. A Brudio. What? What is that? It's a brew studio. A Brudio.
Profile. Who am I? Okay, so I am watching us as us. Here. That's good. Narcissism rules.
So was Narcissus a real person, or was it
Yes.
just, or was it just a fairy tale?
Most professional this side of the Columbia River. That's good. One of Frank's last comments. Yeah, Narcissus. Narcissus. Man, the Greeks have some words that are hard to pronounce when you're sober, let alone
Getting buzzed.
getting
Yeah.
buzzed. In any case, Narcissus was a Greek god, and he was
Okay.
yeah.
So it wasn't a real person.
No, it was not a real person.
It was a
Okay, I
myth.
got you.
He's a
Yes, myth.
That's
And yes.
what I was asking. I was like, was that actually a real person, or was it just a story? But if it's a myth, I know the myth. You know, I fell in
No.
love with reflection. You know what I mean?
It's part of Greek mythology.
Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember what the extended background of Narcissus was. I remember the story. I'm like, I can't remember if it was real or not. Obviously not. But yeah, I know the story. He fell in love with his reflection. You know,
Mhm.
stupid. It's kind of a dumb story, I think, honestly. I don't know. It just seems dumb to me. It's like, wow, really? Are you that fucking dumb? You don't realize it's you?
And here we go with the F-bombs that we were just talking about earlier.
There's nobody watching anyway.
This is true. People watch the replay.
You're right. Sorry, folks. A few too many of these already kicking in.
All right. I do think that how much time we got left?
6 minutes and 25 seconds.
We can let it roll. And that's until we pitch the next set of hops, right?
Yeah, well, in that case, it's 5 minutes.
Are we still rolling?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is kind of a.
It's rolling. It just seems weird because the light's not directly on it. So
Oh yeah, that's a nice little boil there.
Yeah.
That's a good roll.
we're textbook.
Yeah. Textbook rolling. Oh man, I'm getting hiccups.
Somebody been drinking.
Well, yeah, that's what we do. We drink beer. We know things.
things.
Come on. What's Peter Dinklage's character's name? Tyrion?
Tyrion.
Like teary-eyed? Like he cries a lot.
Tyrion.
Did you ever actually watch any episodes of Game of Thrones?
Did I? Yeah. Every
You
one
did?
of them.
You watched everything?
Wow, yes.
Well, it's just you read the book, and books are almost always better than the movies.
Well, yeah. I read the books before. The first season of Game of Thrones was out, and that's what inspired me to read the books. I read the books, and I got into the third book before the second season came out, so I was always ahead of the HBO series.
Mm-hmm.
And then I finished the whole series of books, and then watched the remaining seasons of HBO and went, "Oh man, you guys are fucking it up." There it is again. You guys are screwing it up. Interestingly, in my opinion, I think HBO did some pretty cool things with the story. I don't
Sure.
know how much of it is going to be in the books later or not. Because there's still 2 books remaining if he actually publishes them on time or
Right.
before he passes away. And that's like I don't mean that like in a mean sense, but that is a legitimate concern among a lot of the.
But doesn't he have health problems?
He does. Among a lot of the fans is like, man, he's going to pass away before he can finish the books.
Right. So we don't really care about him, but we care about these
No,
books.
that's terrible. That's not true. He's a person still. Because without him, we wouldn't have the books for the story.
And again, so it's about the books. Listen to what you just said.
Right, but I'm paying homage, saying that without him, we would not have the story of the books.
Right. So if the books didn't exist, we wouldn't care about him.
Well, not directly, maybe, but maybe as a general caring. It makes me look like an asshole.
There you go with the foul language again. This is, well, it's not a family program. We're brewing beer, so let's be real about this.
No, so anyway, all jokes aside.
So yeah, he does have
I
health
did-
problems. We're
right.
hoping these books get
We're
published.
hoping he
before.
publishes them. If he doesn't, then
Is he gonna try and wrap the story up?
Nobody knows, man. The rumor mill, what the rumor spins is that he's writing the last 2 books simultaneously, so that he can kind of have them staged to publish. If something does happen, he can have them staged to publish. No one really knows. He is not transparent about what he does, and that's what he prefers.
He doesn't have to be.
Right, exactly. He's not. It's what I'm not going to quote it exactly, but like in the past, when he caught flack from fans because of the time it would take him to read books, he's like, "Listen, dudes, I'm not going to spend my life chained to a desk writing because you want me to publish the next book." He says, "I have a life, man. So it'll be done when it's done, and more power to him."
Well, yeah. I mean, and that's interestingly, that's the difference between an artist and like a superstar or like a performing star.
Yeah, well, he's not a glory seeker. He's a writer. He's been writing since like the 60s and 70s, so it's not like he's new.
What else has he done?
Other than just producing like the HBO show with him, he's been a writer his whole life.
Well, I know, but what else has he written? Do you know of anything else other than Game of Thrones?
No. His main claim to fame is Game of Thrones. He's the senior editor of a anthology called Wild Cards, which is very popular, I guess, in the sci-fi world. He's written.
How old is Game of Thrones? I know, I just throw questions at you and just stop you.
I believe just to clarify for you, Game of Thrones is actually only the name of the first book. The
Right,
series
I get
is
it.
called A Song of Ice and Fire. I think it was published in 94. 94 or 96 is when the first book was published. I can't remember.
Okay, so that's still 30 years of him doing stuff.
So he published Game of Thrones, and then like the second book came out. It was only like a few years. It was maybe 5 years. I don't quite remember. And then what was going on was it seemed like every subsequent book, a longer and longer and longer period. It was like exponential. All of a sudden, it's like double and then double and then double. I was like, wait a minute, dude. And so the last book, if I recall, was published in 2011, which is the 5th book. Called Dance of Ice and Fire, I think is what it is, something like that. Or no, A Dance of Dragons. Sorry, I'm fucking it up. Damn it.
You're not good at this.
No, I'm not. Not after I've had a few beers.
That's all right. It's not a family show.
Anyway,
we are brewing beer.
In my opinion, I mean, everybody's got the way they interpret it differently, especially among the Game of Thrones people.
I'm yawning.
To me, HBO really diverged from the books around the end of season 3. I mean, sure, character names and stuck, and some of the things stuck, but just really the direction of the story. It was just like, man.
Well, they went to wrap it.
Yeah.
They were going to wrap it up, whereas his books obviously didn't wrap it up. He's still got 2 books out there. And HBO, they wrapped it. With the whole dragon blowing up the city thing.
Well, what I mean is HBO told the story in the HBO, close to it. They had what was done by like the 4th or 5th season. As far as any kind of similarities, it seemed like, to my opinion, the divergence started about 3rd season, and then by the 5th season of HBO Game of Thrones, it had nothing to do with the books.
Right.
Anymore.
It was their own characters, their own story. They were doing their own thing,
telling their own story. Now, I think some of that stuff is what we're going to see in the books, because it is rumored, maybe even proven, I'm not sure, that Martin did. Okay, we're done. Martin did. And we went on the other hops in there.
Hops.
That's right. I need a knife.
Kniff.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, this is getting harder. Now I can't see very well.
It'll just go for a minute and then
Like,
we'll kill it. I'll let it. It's got a negative countdown, so it'll be fine.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Sweet. That's pretty
I'll
cool.
kill the flame. About 30 more seconds, and then we'll pull it off. And then start.
Pull it off the what? The flame that you just turned off?
Okay, so. So anyway, I guess Martin talked with the producers of the HBO Game of Thrones and said, "Hey, this is where I was going with the story, just in case something happens." And so I think HBO did keep some of the original story content, but definitely told it in their own way. That's my opinion, my personal opinion. I'm not calling it fact. I'm just saying this is what I think happened.
Oh, no, I got you.
But yeah, we're good. There's supposed to be 2 more books published.
All right, let me see if I can turn that on. Okay, hey,
All right.
let's go ahead and
I'm
say
just
goodbye
gonna take
to
that
folks.
off for now.
Yep, sounds good.
I'm gonna kill the fire or kill the gas. All right, folks.
There's the end broadcast.
Thanks for joining us.
Yep. That ends our boil right now. Some conversation and stuff. Maybe next time we'll go all the way to the end of things. We are figuring out about brewing, making a brew studio, some stuff. As you can tell, you can hardly see me. It's dark. We're working by a porch light now. Hey, but as I've been saying the whole time, most professional broadcasts this side of the Mississippi, or as Frank said, this side of the Columbia River,
Right.
Because we're closer to that. So, for those of you replay viewers, thank you for hanging in there. Be sure to subscribe in all the places, YouTube or Facebook or Twitter or Haps here. It'll be great. And in about 2 weeks, we'll be back, and we're going to brew a completely different style of beer, and it's going to be great. All right. Goodbye. Oh, man. All right. That's fine. Try it again. Bye.